So about that trial case that I have. So the judge said that if I get one more strike. Oh, what we on?
Abaddon,
Hi guys.
that is so unlike you. It's not even believable, dude. Like, seriously.
But yeah, these two chicks I was talking to, right? They both got corona. Oh, let me stop. Let me stop playing with
Stop
y'all.
right there, Baron. Stop right there. What's up,
I stayed
everybody?
inside and I made some cookies.
What's up, everybody? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. My
like
air
a set
conditioner
thing
is
to
starting
do.
to work again, so everything's good. Seems like I just needed. I went outside and I kicked it a couple
Nothing
times.
better than
But I'm
quarantine
still gonna
cookies.
call the person to. Still gonna call the person to come over.
This man said he kicked the damn
I
AC
did. I
unit.
kicked it a couple times and it started working properly. But I still gotta call the dude to come over so we can fix it. But anyway, what's up, everybody? OJ here. Welcome back to another PE podcast. I think we're at episode number 92. Yeah, we're at episode number 92. We've got a full cast of people here. We've got a guest as well. So we're gonna talk about a lot of cool stuff today. Let me introduce my guest. We got Hunter N64 here. Hunter, how you doing tonight?
Yo, what's up? Yo, happy to be here. Thanks for having me on.
No problem, Hunter.
Wait a minute, that name sound familiar.
He's on Twitter all the time and stuff. So
I'm on Twitch, Twitter, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, you must be. I see you on Twitter a lot, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on Twitter. So that you probably see me like maybe retweet one of his tweets or one of his streams going live or something like that. Or he's probably liked one of your tweets.
He may have the same opinion on The Last of Us. So.
Oh, that's probably where I seen him at then.
They're saying buffering essence. We having issues with buffering.
Oh, I'm not even on the stream page.
I can see that it's yellow. So I can see that it's yellow. So that means it's not going at its best.
YouTube was giving me that
favorite.
notice before, but no one was saying I was buffering, so I'm not sure.
Well,
Maybe it could just be a moment.
Didn't they say YouTube dropped the quality or something?
They did.
To 480p, yeah. I dropped my stream quality to 480 just.
So my Streamlabs is kind of like tripping right now because like I pulled up my notification and like I can, but no, it looks like everything's going good. It's giving me a green, so we all right.
Oh, all right.
We all right. If you guys are having buffering, then lower the quality. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into introduce the rest of the cast here. VC, how you doing today?
Doing pretty good. Woke up this morning. Was accepted a code from Raw Fury, developers of Dundara and Omega Alliance and many other different games. And I just did a live stream for that game, as well as I saw Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle on the eShop for $4.80. So worth it. I just started playing it. It has the characters from Persona 4, Under Night In-Birth. Really good fighting game made from Arc Systems. So you know that they know how to make a good game, especially one that's stylish with good music. It's really good, and I know a lot of people in the community here in the PE Village are picking up the game now just because of the price. And some already had it, like Jakin and Brian Swosky and a few others. Aside from that, live streams, videos, music, all kinds of stuff I've been putting out. And like you mentioned just before we started, I did reach 1,000 subscribers recently, so that is dope. And aside from that, it's pretty much everything.
Shout outs. All right, so
Animal Crossing too. You cannot forget Animal Crossing.
Cannot forget Animal Crossing.
Shut your mouth.
All right, so
hours in it.
I raised my volume on my voice, so I know what was going on. This Windows update, man, they keep on trying to make me use the audio on my webcam, which is trash.
Oh yeah, I hate when it does that.
So yeah, yeah. So
I
had to
change it up on you.
Yeah, it just switched it up on me. So I think we good now. All right, next up we're gonna go to Abaddon. Abaddon is a big man. They changed the colors on this, man. It's just like a big white square. It's like on the center. No, you can go back if you need to go off the camera. It's cool. It's cool.
No, it's a big white square. It's not my normal square anymore.
It's because they changed the update. They made it to where like it's like highlighted. So if you like turn off your camera, it'll go like to some color, some highlighted color, you know? Like
I need to see that eventually. But now what's going on, you guys? This is Abaddon, and I'm on the PE podcast, ready for Final Fantasy VII Remake, and to talk about the delay of Last of Us 2 and these new Super Mario games that might be coming out.
All right, and then next up we've got Baron. Baron, how you doing today?
Doing pretty damn good. You feel me? You know what I mean? Doing pretty good. It was a very productive day. Very long, but productive day. And my day just got, even greater when I seen The Last of Us 2 got delayed again.
Why is that a great thing for you? That
Because
it makes you happy, though?
You know why that makes me happy?
Why?
Because somebody spoke about this gospel months ago.
Who
And
was
everybody was calling this particular person crazy, stupid, fanboy. But once again, that guy who said that spoke the damn gospel. When I said Last of Us 2 was going to be on PS5, I meant what I said. So there you have it.
Yeah.
Sounds about right to me.
Yeah, sounds about right. So let's talk about this, boys. Last of Us Part 2, Naughty Dog came out and said, the game's delayed. They gave an indefinite date. They didn't even give a date.
That's the worst part.
Yeah,
that's why.
that means it's PS5.
It probably is, actually.
Yeah,
that means they postponed it indefinitely.
Like, yeah, it's postponed indefinitely. Yeah, indefinitely. They said that they didn't even give a date. They said that, hey, like, they basically said, like, look, CV is what's causing this. Essentially, like, the logistics don't work out. And I think, like, here's what I said, and I'll let you guys go after this. I said that their audience is mainly, what is their audience? Their audience is mainly the mainstream audience, consumer. The mainstream consumer. The mainstream consumer is probably not thinking right now about The Last of Us Part 2. Like, I don't think they are. I really just don't think they are. And it would probably be a bad idea to release it right now. Yeah, exactly. When they can't go out there and get it. I know they've had a big audience, like in certain parts that love films like Italy and stuff like that. I mean, look at what's happening in Italy right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're super locked down, quarantined, so they can't really go out and buy stuff. So people still like to be able to go out and buy things in the stores. I know people buy digital, but there's uncertainty, and there's a lot of casual audience that's not looking about games. That's not looking for games right now, and they got to sell like 15 million copies of this game or 10 million copies plus. You know, they can't have lost sales, so that's the reason why they didn't give a date. It's when everything goes back to normal, or when the PS5 comes out, that's when it'll release. You know, so that's my thought process. But who wants to take a crack at this next?
I'm waiting for Barons to go off. I'm waiting for him to pop.
We'll let him go last.
I can go.
Go ahead, Hunter.
All right. I think it's a shame. You know, I was kind of naive. I was expecting it to actually drop in May, but, you know, of course it didn't, because Naughty Dog is kind of showing that they're incompetent. I don't know. It could be because of COVID-19. It probably is, but they've been taking like over 5 years on this game, man. Like, it's ridiculous. But hey, it's probably because of COVID-19. That's my thoughts.
Yeah. Going off what you're just saying, though, like, it makes sense that it should have come out by May. It's April now. Realistically, they should already be putting the game into gold soon. So the fact that they delayed it indefinitely tells me that they were going to delay it anyway.
You think they're going to delay even without COVID-19?
Yeah, because by now it would have already hit gold by next week or 2 weeks from now. It had to, because then they had to go into processing and making the discs and everything. That takes some time too, especially with how everything is with COVID-19 in the first place.
Well, technically, they could have had it to where they announced that it went gold like at the end of this month.
That too. That's
it's about a month before. That's when they start putting it into production. Was about a month before.
A month.
Yeah, about a month before. Right. So if it launches May 29th, then you know. But you're right. Usually it's done. Like, for example, like Xenoblade's like done. You know.
Yeah.
Like Final Fantasy VII.
And it's from the ground up too.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake is done. It was done more than a month ago. Final Fantasy VII Remake was. Yep. So, like, I see what you're saying. But they're probably going to work, like, right up to the last second on this one, which they do.
They're probably going to release stuff out and update it, honestly.
It's probably going to be patched. It's probably going to be like, okay, well, yeah, this little thing's messed up, or this snow physics are messed up, but we'll just patch it later, you know? That's probably what I was thinking that they were going to do. But the game is probably intact and ready to go. Like, you could probably pick up the game now and play it, and it's, like, it's not bad, you know? It's probably fine to play. You know,
of course, what it is, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just got some bugs that they need to iron out.
Yeah, they said that on Twitter. They got to iron out some bugs on there and stuff. But I mean, I'm looking at it like this, man. Like, The Last of Us Part 2, something needs to change with this process, because remember, The Last of Us Remastered came out. That came out on the PS4 in 2014. So obviously they were working on that after The Last of Us Part, the PS3 version came out. So I don't think it took them too long to get that one out, but it took them all generation, essentially, to make this game. I'm working on it right after The Last of Us Part 2 finished. Oh, well, no, they worked on Uncharted. But 2016, Once they finish that up, they've been working on this since 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. It's 4 years plus, and they have different parts at Naughty Dog. Obviously, some people were finished up Uncharted, some people were working on The Lost Legacy or whatever that is, and other people were working on The Last of Us Part 2. So this has been going on 4+ years. Like that's going to be tough, because Naughty Dog, I mean, if you guys remember in the PS3 era, and we talked about this, Naughty Dog, Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had multiple games, like, back to back to back, And I know this is their biggest game ever, but there's definitely, when people sit there and say, oh, well, yeah, everything's getting bigger and better, and everything's going to be, better. Like, dude, I question what's going on here with the price of games and how much worse it's going to get. Because, you guys saw what happened with, like, Borderlands, right? Like, they're talking about that game, $140 million for that game? Because... I mean, like,
sheesh.
140.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot, dude. 90 million, then like 140 if you count like the DLC and everything like that. So I don't know, man. Just seems rough. Hunter, do you like The Last of Us?
I did like the first one on PS3. I think it has a really great story, but I've gone back. Like, I played it on the remaster on PS4, and I think the gameplay is just average. I mean, it's a good game overall, but I think there's better shooters out there, to be honest, but it's got a good thing going for it.
Yeah, with the story, because the stories really keeps people invested. I think that's what the game is. It's like a story-based game. It's more of story than gameplay heavy. Well, it's gameplay for sure. I've watched the gameplay. The gameplay looks good. It looks good when you see it. It looks like, oh, that could be cool. That's fun. Like survival horror type of, or not horror, but survival type of game. It's just like when you just start playing it. I think that was the issue for me. Is like it looks kind of cool, but then once you start playing it, maybe it's not the best. But let's see what they do with The Last of Us Part 2. Baron is muted, so we can't get Baron's take.
Is it my? I thought Abaddon didn't go yet. Did Abaddon go?
No, he didn't go. He didn't go.
The Last of Us 2 being delayed. Can't say I'm not surprised. Naughty Dog showed this with the tweets. You saw different things coming out about this for weeks now. The writing was on the wall already. So, especially now with CV-19, we already know that this is going to be delayed probably until like a winter or fall game, in my opinion.
Okay. You think it's going to come with PS5?
Hey, Mike is messing up. There we go.
Yeah, he messed up a little bit.
In terms of PS5, it might come out as PS4 but playable on PS5 since they already confirmed that they will allow PS4 games to play on PS5. So it'll probably be like one of those things, and then maybe a year later they may come out with a PS5 remaster.
PS5 remaster?
Yeah, so they made kind of like how they did with the PS3 and PS4 with Grand Theft Auto. They may do the same with this game.
I agree.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking because you guys know what the Cyberpunk developers are doing with the Xbox One or the Xbox Series X. They're making a Series X upgrade patch,
right?
To where it's not even a new game. It's just hey, you have that game, you get the upgrades, everything for free.
Right, it's like a 4K patch.
Yeah.
Kind of,
yeah. And other improvements or whatever the case is, you could just download it. For example, I mean, this is such on a smaller scale, but the Outer Worlds on the Nintendo Switch, there's a 6 GB high resolution or higher, I guess, a high texture pack or something like that you can download on there. Right. So apparently they're doing something like that, but obviously at a larger scale. So you don't have to buy you don't have to buy Cyberpunk 2077 Xbox One X version remastered or whatever the case is. You can just get that version. Whatever updates they make to it, bam, you get it. And even I think people even on the Xbox One get it too. It's whatever updates they do, they're just gonna bring to both whatever can handle it or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I was thinking that maybe they'll do something like that with The Last of Us. Instead of make it PS4, PS5.
They probably will, yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking something like that would be pretty cool. Where they just make it, and then the PS5, it's okay, well, it just enhances it. You play it on PS5, it just they release some type of patch that enhances it. Because they're really gonna go back and remaster that, take the time to do when PS4 and PS5, they're already so if you capture a PS4, PS4 Pro and PS5. I mean, obviously there's a difference. There's a big difference between the power, but it's not it's really the CPU and it's really the SSDs. It's how it's done. You know, obviously the graphics are a
Right.
lot better and everything, like GPU and stuff, but like the jump isn't like as big as the jump that we've seen, for example, like let's say PS2 to PS3, for example, you know? And the architecture is the same.
Like that.
Architecture it's just the SSDs. It's just the speed of the, like, you know, in terms of things. But the thing about it is that if they develop it for PS5, right? You can take advantage of that, like the SSD, like if they develop it with that in mind, you know? So there's always that. But either way, that's that. Does anybody else have anything to add on The Last of Us? I think Baron, you still wanted to go on that? I'm not sure if Baron wants to go. If
He wants to
What
go.
do you mean you're not sure? What the hell are you talking about?
I don't know if you wanted to go or not, bruh.
Yeah, I want to go so I can beat my favorite whipping boy, Sony. Of course, I want to go.
Make sure you whip the
I'm not
ponies,
missing this
especially.
opportunity.
Whip the
Are you
ponies.
crazy? Have you lost your mind?
This is a three-peat.
It is a three-peat. This ain't really a three-peat. This is like an eight-peat at this point. Because
Maybe
every
internally
time
you're
I
right.
tell people something, everybody want to make me sound like I'm crazy. It's like, bruh, listen to when the Emperor speaks. I speak that gaming gospel. Okay?
This man.
I speak that gospel.
So what's the gospel
When I-
then, Baron?
When I told y'all
it's not
Sony
the
went
gospel. It's the gospel.
gospel, you gotta gah when you
What's
say
the
it.
gospel?
Oh God, don't ever do that again.
Sounded like an auntie saying that.
You got to realize, man, all you got to do is just be vigilant and look at what they've been doing. I said, look at all the moves they've been making. Look at all the decisions they've been making. Look how terrible 2019 was. You know what I mean? I said, all this stuff really adds up to something really is going on internally that we do not know about. And I said COVID was a scapegoat, is still a scapegoat. I don't understand how everybody else is able to print their games and release them, but Sony can't for some reason.
It's not that
Naughty
they
Dog
can't.
for some reason.
No, it's not that they can't. It's that the casual audience of what Naughty Dog's going for is being on unemployment, and they're not thinking about that right
look,
now.
bruh,
A lot
that
of those
don't
guys
mean
are
nothing.
thinking about that.
Bro.
Dude, they
That don't mean nothing.
Baron,
Bruh,
they need to
listen,
sell.
listen.
This game
Hold
needs
up.
to sell to the people who buy Madden and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something.
Okay, tell me.
That don't mean nothing. Because people are going to be still sitting at home. People are going to be getting this stimulus check. And a lot of y'all going to be out there getting that stimulus unemployment benefits with that extra $600 a week. They're going to have to spend it on something. And gaming has
Who's making
increased
that much?
dramatically since we've been locked down. You've seen the sales of Animal Crossing. You've seen the sales of Doom. People are going to start reverting to games. So it makes no sense why this game is getting delayed indefinitely. Indefinitely.
I'm telling
Not
you because
2 weeks, not a month, not 2 months, indefinitely.
I don't trust
I don't know.
I don't trust the casual audience. I
don't
trust.
know.
Here's the thing. I trust Doom's audience to go out there and buy the game if they can, or to download the game digitally.
I bought Animal Crossing instead.
I trust
Facts.
Animal
Oh,
Crossing's
man, you-
audience to go out. I don't trust the
switched
dude
up,
that.
DC.
I don't
I
think.
did.
I don't think Naughty Dog trusts the dude, the casual dude that plays 2 or 3 games a year to go out there and in this climate to buy the game. That's why I think it's different. I don't think
Bruh,
they trust
come on.
those people.
Bro, come on. Doom is Doom. I don't want to really call Doom a niche title, but it's not really that mainstream of a shooter.
Exactly.
It's not the shooter that everybody knows, but people went out in drones and bought that.
Because they have a
It's just that they need entertainment.
they have a
need
de-
something
here's the thing,
to
It's a
entertain.
really good game.
They
though.
have a dedicated
I'm not saying
audience.
it's a bad game, but I'm
it's
saying it's
better
not
in
the same
2016.
size as Call
No,
of Duty.
it's not the
Oh,
same.
it's not. It's
Look,
not.
You know
Doom,
what I mean?
Doom is not the same
Yeah.
size as The Last of Us. Last of Us is a much bigger game. But what I'm saying is that The Last of Us
Exactly.
is a bigger game because of the mass droves of casuals on the PS4 who also buy the game. I trust Doom people to buy it because people that buy they're the hardcore. They're like the big core gamers.
hardcore.
You know what I'm saying? That
That's
buy
true.
Doom. It's not the expanded audience that buys Doom. Otherwise, Doom would be as big as The Last of Us, or it'd be as big as some of these other games. It's the core audience, the hardcore shooter audience. Like the expanded audience buys Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was Call of Duty, they can still release because Call of Duty's Call of Duty. They'll go out and get whatever. It's just expanded audience. But like this game, Last of Us, they need the casuals, man. And the casuals, I just think the casuals aren't really looking at it right now, man. I don't know. I just don't think the casuals are looking at it.
They're
OJ.
looking at Animal Crossing.
Oh.
That's what they're looking at.
OJ,
That's
just
true.
don't what are y'all talking about? This game comes out Well, it was supposed to come out May 20, was it 26, 29th?
29th.
That's over a month from now. What are y'all talking about? They're going to need some. Every major effing movie got delayed.
Yep.
That's usually what casuals go for. They have nothing to turn to. And the biggest interactive movie in gaming history is now not going to be available. That makes no sense.
That's
it makes no sense. There's literally nothing going on. There's no NBA. There's no NFL. There's nothing. And you're not going to release your game. That makes no sense, bro. None. I'm telling you, there's major issues going on. Ever since the way they did Mr. whatever his name. What's his name again? Sean Layton. Ever since that Sean Layton situation, I was like, oh no. Oh no. And then that trash Death Stranding. I was like, oh no. And then we pulled out of E3 again. And then we canceled PSX again. Then we pulled out of GDC. Then we pulled out of this thing. Then we go into 100 consumer events and didn't attend not one of the mugs. So it's like, oh, obviously something's going on. But you can't tell a Sony fan that. You can't. The fact of the matter is that Neil Druckmann got his duck face ass on Twitter and said, I am sorry about the first delay, that it won't happen again to do it again.
They did say that.
Are you serious right now?
They've delayed it multiple times.
This man got on here.
Where's the Miyamoto quote? Let me pull up the Miyamoto quote.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
You don't mean anything.
That's the funny part. They hate Nintendo, and then they'll pull up that quote. It's like,
hold on, let me pull up the Miyamoto quote. A delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad.
The Last of Us is an interactive movie.
Shigeru Miyamoto. Quote the Shigeru Miyamoto, nevermore.
Listen to
what just said the last of it.
Listen to what I'm telling you, this people. That it doesn't make any sense for me. For people like Obsidian to have a COVID delay, come back and didn't release a physical version of the game a week after your game supposed to come out, I don't want to hear that garbage.
Wait, who you talking
we
about?
got Trials of Mana at the end of the month.
Obsidian with the Outer Worlds on Switch. It wasn't a physical release at first. COVID delayed the game, then it came back with a physical release.
Once again, Baron, I'm trying to play to your point here, and you don't want to give Sony any. You're so anti-Sony.
No. But he's right though.
No, but here's the thing.
Regardless,
here's the thing. We talk about.
I love Sony. I love my PS4.
We talk about people. We talk about people. The type of consumers. Look, if you have 100 million consumers, it ain't core gamers out there buying. Like, if you have 100 million sales, right? It ain't all that. Ain't hardcore gamers buying games. Sony's audience, out of all the different base, right, between Xbox and PlayStation, their audience is the most expanded out of what we've got right now. All right? Would we all agree about that? They have the most amount of casual gamers. Yeah, so these casuals, while they might be locked up inside or quarantined or whatever the case is, I just don't think a lot of them are thinking about gaming right now. Yes, we are and everything like that, but a lot of them aren't used to this. They're used to doing what they want to do and out. And I just don't think that it's the climate right now for them to be playing. Like, they're not going to go out there and rush out there and buy this game. For some reason, I just think that's what Sony's thinking, and that's the reason why they delayed this. Because do you think Sony wants to delay this? I highly doubt Sony. I mean, this game is costing them. Talk about Borderlands being 140 million. How much money do you think this game is costing them? 150? 200 million for this game?
I think if I were to be honest, 380 million is what I would say, especially after all the delays.
It might be.
How long they've been taking? 380.
It might be around that.
Right.
It might be. Maybe it's 100. Well, because there's no multiplayer. So I mean, Borderlands, like, multiplayer and all that costs a lot to do multiplayer stuff.
I think it's gonna cost more than Borderlands 3.
Yeah, it's gonna cost more than Borderlands. I don't know if it's 300 million, but I mean, like, it could be. But so I mean, like, the thing about it is that I think that they really, like, they're scared. They're scared that people aren't gonna go out there and buy the game. That's what's going on, and they want to wait till the economic climate is better for people to buy the game. They're thinking that their audience isn't going to spend their stimulus check or isn't going to spend their whatever. They're going to spend that on bills instead, and they're going to spend it on other stuff. They think that they're not going to spend it on a video game. Nintendo fans all live with their parents, so of course they're going to spend. I'm joking on that one. But I think that's what they think is going on here. That's my. Let me get some donations right off first, okay, before we kind of delve into this a little bit more. Shout outs to Katana Riku with the dollar donation. Hold up, we gotta Oh, okay.
Little echo there.
Yeah, we got a little bit of an echo. Okay, wait, I think we good.
Hold on, I wasn't done. So hold on,
Let me
I'm
get
not done.
let me get some donations. Let me get some donations right off. Let's see here. This is gonna be hype. LOL. Katana Rico donated 30 minutes ago. Thank you. Barber donated $1.99 through Super Chat and says, how much of the Borderlands 3 costs was voice acting? They didn't break down what the costs were per thing. Brian Jedi 82 donated $2.99 and says the anti-Sony bias is hilariously bad. So I think he's talking about Baron, to be honest. Baron, go ahead and finish. While VC shows his beautiful PS4 games off.
Just because Brian Jedi thinks I have a Sony
who said
bias,
that?
so.
Who said that?
Brian Jedi said that the
Brian.
anti-Sony bias is hilariously bad.
You said who said that?
I was thinking
Brian.
about picking up.
That Sony drone.
He's not a Brian Jedi's not a Sony drone. Put some respect on Brian Jedi's name.
Every time I talk about Sony, you got something to say.
He just likes The Last of Us.
I don't give a damn if you like the whack of us. I don't care.
I have this game and it's not good. I'm just gonna be honest.
The fact of the matter still remains that you got a company and a developer that's not on the same damn page. When they pulled out of PAX East, when they shouldn't have pulled out of PAX East, after they confirmed there was supposed to be a damn playable demo there, I knew something was up. And they tried to blame it on the virus, and I knew it had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with that because your whole staff at Naughty Dog is in America. That had nothing to do with anything.
Obviously.
He promised you a demo. A week later, you didn't get a demo. He promised you he wasn't going to delay the game again. What happened? They delayed the game again.
Like that.
So you telling me I'm wrong?
Yes.
And they keep doing this to you. How does that make any sense?
Wait, what, there was going to be a demo?
Don't punch me no more, and he punches you like, damn, don't punch me again.
Dude, The Last of Us is going to be sick, bro.
Yeah. Literally, it's gonna give you the CV.
Oh my gosh, no! Don't say that.
Yikes.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Okay, no. Listen here, guys. Listen. The Last of Us.
Sick.
The Last of Us Part 2 is going to be awesome. I think it's for the people who like movie style games. It's going to be great. I think this is going to be. It's going to be a spectacle, you know. And when it finally does come out, I think it's going to be PS5. You know,
one generation, one game generation will come out.
It's got to be a It's got to be a PS5 title at this point. Like, why?
I think so, yeah.
Why? It makes no. Like, what are you gonna do? Launch this game like a month before the PS5?
No, imagine it's like months after it comes out.
No, they wouldn't.
No,
because
that'd be hilarious.
Because the PS5's launching in November, so that means it's gonna be next year.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That'd be terrible.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen nowadays.
I mean, maybe, but
maybe like Paper Mario, like a new one. Maybe that's possible.
Please,
I don't know.
that'd be awesome.
That maybe someone mentioned it in this panel.
Oh my God! Stop it, VC. You're okay. Anyway, let's go to move topics. Let's go to move. Let's move on to topics here.
Man.
Let's move topics. We're gonna talk about these Mario remasters. The rumor that came out this week. I thought it came out last week, but it actually came out this week apparently, right?
Yeah, this week.
So this week there's some rumors going around with Mario remasters. So it's going to be.
Hold up.
You ain't done?
I just got my vegan pizza. I'm not done.
Why are you not done?
Every time you
because I got more to get off my chest.
What else can you? What else
to try to overpower the gospel? I got more.
I don't know about that. I heard he got tapped out last week.
I got more.
Oh my God.
Because people still want to be in denial and they want to hold the hand of this company.
I didn't use
every time they shit in their hand, they want to just wipe it off and put the hand right under the ass crack one more time.
I didn't use super chat.
And wipe it. What? Wipe your hand. No toilet paper either because they have to pay $100.
Oh my gosh.
This don't make no sense. OJ, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
If Nintendo did this with one of their major franchises, after waiting 5 years, just think if Breath of the Wild was like this. After waiting 5 years, they gave you a release date.
Okay.
Then 3 weeks later, they took the release date away and delayed it. They said, we're not going to delay it again.
There's a pandemic.
And then they say, oh, you finna get a playable demo in your hands. And then a week later, don't give you that demo.
There's a pandemic.
And then 3 months later, say, guess what? Breath of the Wild's delayed indefinitely. We don't know when you get
gamers making games right now.
Do you know the shitstorm that would occur?
Well, here, imagine my face is Miyamoto, and then imagine me saying there's a pandemic and a delayed
I don't
game
give a
eventually
damn
good, but a rush
about
game
no
is forever
Corona, COVID-19, Rona. I don't give a damn what you call it.
Though.
I don't care. That is a scapegoat.
It's
I'm not listening to that garbage anymore.
It's not a scapegoat.
No, it what? First of all, Rona wasn't a situation when they first delayed the game. That wasn't a situation. The game has no damn multiplayer.
Well, that's the problem. Is that they said that was the reason, and we know it's not.
But it partially is.
What are we doing?
So okay, let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you guys a question.
Gold by now. They would have.
Let me ask you guys a question. Okay, so what's it called? What's that game?
That game. That's what that game's called.
Well, I forgot. The Outer Worlds. You know, that got delayed 3-4 months, right? So
and I bought it on PS4. It was a great game. I have it right here.
It's really good.
And it's coming out June 5th after The Last of Us 2 release date.
Yeah, so it was supposed to come out March. So then they delayed it. So it got delayed due to CV. So I don't see why it's such like
they delayed it and didn't make a physical version.
Yeah.
It's already on my PS4. I've played it a bunch of times.
There's no excuse.
I
don't know how
excuse.
Xenoblade Remake is coming out on that day, but Last of Us 2 got problems.
Let me explain to you. Xenoblade Remake is coming out because of the audience that it's catering to. People will get it no matter. It's not a casual.
So you telling me it's just cool
because of Xenoblade?
The delay because you think the audience you targeting won't buy it. That's a cool reason to delay a game.
Yeah, that's essentially
because you think.
Yes. No, it's not a cool. I don't agree with it 100%.
Sony has done a bad job thinking the past
I understand
2
it, but
years.
I'm telling you, this is their mindset. Their mindset is, oh snap, we got these casuals that are probably not even thinking about video games. Like I said, I don't think it's the right mindset, but this is their mindset. And Sony's mindset of they know their base more than anybody, right? They know their base more than we know their base.
Obviously, they don't.
They do.
Yeah.
They do know their base. Their base is.
If they knew their base, they wouldn't have lied to them 3 times in a row.
Their base, and they know that their base will still, whenever the game comes, their base will buy it.
That's because they're ponies. They're riding. Sony
Okay, well then, no, it's not even that.
Yeehaw.
Their base will buy the game when the game is available because it's a casual mass market title. That's the reason why. So they're thinking that right now they're not thinking about that, or they're gonna spend their money on something else. They want to launch it in an environment that is clean. People can go out there and pick it up, no problem, no quarantines, no issues, no problems whatsoever picking it up, digital and physical. That's what they want.
And did Animal Crossing have any problem selling?
Once again,
in that same situation,
Baron, I agree.
They had no problem selling the casuals.
No, it didn't.
No problem.
But once again, Nintendo's version of casuals is completely different. Yes, you've got Nintendo casuals.
Can't have both
now we try to go the version of casuals.
Nintendo version of casuals is completely different.
Now you're going into console.
No, it's you guys really think that Nintendo's audience? Nintendo has built an audience of hardcore casual Animal Crossing dudes, people that will just play Animal Crossing like crazy. They're gonna wait. They wait 8 years for this crap.
And guess what? What? Sony has built an asinine fool fan base. I think The Last of Us is the greatest fucking gift to gaming.
Okay, and that's
so. What are you talking about?
That's the core. That's the core. Yes, the core gamers, right? That you're talking about,
and they will buy it. So why are you not releasing?
But the thing about it is that they need to sell way more than what the core. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, Baron. They need to sell way more than what their core audience is. They need to sell to the casual, like the casual gamers. Animal Crossing is a game. Yes, it needs to sell, but it needs to sell nowhere near. If Nintendo sold 1 million copies less or 2 million copies less of what they were doing, they would be fine. The Last of Us needs every single drop because of the cost of production and because of what they do. Animal Crossing is a game that barely cost a fraction of the cost in terms of development, so Nintendo's not tripping like Sony's tripping about this. That's the thing. It's the same thing with Xenoblade. They're not tripping like Sony's tripping, but Sony's tripping because they need to sell 10 billion copies of this game. It's a completely different thing.
It doesn't sell 2 million. Let's be honest here. It doesn't need to sell more than 2 million.
So how far back are they going to push it? Like is
PS5. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, like December.
November?
Like next year. No, December. Like into next year.
They said indefinitely.
Yeah.
That
means forever. Like the Sandlot. If you've seen that movie. Forever. Like that's literally how long does it take. At least it's gonna feel like.
So they think it'll get bigger sales that way. So they're doing it?
Of course it is. They're gonna release it on PS4 and PS5.
Yeah,
well, they were
that sounds about right.
In the first place, I think. But like,
I don't know why they said May.
You know why that's happening?
Why?
And I'm gonna tell every Sony fan that's watching right now, listen closely, because I don't give a damn what your opinion is right now, because I'm right, and I know I'm right. I said it from the beginning that with Microsoft launching with their biggest franchise in Halo, Sony is going to have to release something to combat that. And I think they realized after Microsoft really 12 teraflop to them 9 teraflop they ass, I think they realized that they need some damn games to combat this new system.
You think they?
And I think they think The Last of Us will be the one to do it.
That'll be the launch title.
See, the problem is that's stupid thinking on Sony's part.
Listen,
in my opinion,
if you're, and it might be, but I'm just saying, guys, Sony wants a clean atmosphere to launch the game. That's really what it comes down to. Nintendo's not as worried.
12 to 18 months.
Nintendo's not as worried. Here's this thing dates all the way back to what I've been talking about on the channel. Nintendo, they have evergreen titles, right? They sell over a long period of time. The prices don't drop. Sony's worried that if they release this, it's gonna probably drop in value. They're gonna make less off of it. It's not gonna be in a clean environment. There's so many factors. Whereas Nintendo's like, okay, we might lose some sales here and there, but the game's gonna be $60 anyway. People are gonna buy the game a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Nintendo does not have the same worries that these third-party companies have about day one or month one sales. Yes, they want to sell as many copies, but I'm just saying, like,
Nintendo third party.
Third parties worry about how fast their games sell. They want to sell everything.
Well, this is Sony and their first party.
But Sony thinks just like a third party when it comes to how fast they're, like, the depreciation of their games in terms of sale value. It's the same.
So
with
what you're saying to me right now is what I've been saying all this generation. That
what are you saying all this generation?
The only true system sellers and franchises and the biggest franchises in gaming on the Nintendo side.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Okay, no.
That's what you're telling me.
No, that's not what I'm telling you. That's not what I said.
What's going on?
No, I mean in first party terms, not third party content. First party
Sony's systems.
Sony has some solid
system
first parties. Like I
don't think so.
I'll pull out a few.
If you have a system seller, you do not delay it indefinite.
No, Sony, but it's the end of the generation, so they've already sold the amount of systems they're going to sell.
It doesn't matter. If you have a legitimate system seller, that means people are going to buy that game.
Out of the 14
you do not
games,
delay it
only
indefinitely.
2 were exclusive, so you may have a point, Baron.
You guys don't understand. I understand Sony's audience better than you guys do. Better than Baron does.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
I understand them more than you because I argue with these fools every day.
You argue with the core audience.
That's your problem.
You argue with the core audience. You argue with the hardcore. You don't know the casuals, the people who don't give a damn about Twitter and talking about games. The people who just go out there, they buy Madden, they buy NBA 2K,
and Call of Duty.
They smoke. And then they buy like one Sony franchise. Like that is the consist of their.
And they get sloppy while playing GTA.
And they'll buy GTA when GTA or Red Dead. That audience that buys you look at their PS4 library and it's like 7 games at the end of the generation. That audience is where Sony's targeting, and that audience, I'm not sure if that audience is buying games right now. I think they're probably just playing GTA,
based off
or playing 2K or something like that.
There's a lot of people still
what?
playing
I don't
GTA.
understand why you just come to that assumption. Based off of what?
It's not in this. Here's the thing. If Sony had that core audience that actually buys those other types of games, then they wouldn't have failures. Like, look at everything Sony Japan Studio does, right? The Last Guardian. Remember, everyone was hyping that up. Nobody went out there and bought the game. That was the core game, right? Look at that. Look at Death Stranding. That's a core audience.
Hold on.
Nobody bought that game. Look at all these games that are coming out from Sony. Gravity Rush. Nobody buys that game. Come on, man.
It's a good game.
We talking about The Last of Us.
Expanded
the so-called greatest game in the last 10 years.
People say it's the best.
That's what we're talking about here.
Yes.
You want me to throw us some damn Gravity Rush. I'm talking about The Last of Us.
Well, I'm trying to tell you about the base of the people that have all the 100 million people that have the PS4. They don't all go out there and buy the core games. A lot of them are just expanded audience that just buys a few games. Like I said, you look at their library at the end of the generation, they have like 10 games. The base that you argue with are the core gamers that are out there buying every single Sony first-party game, buying all the big third-party games. Most of the people aren't that on PS4. If most of the people were
talking like the casuals that literally pick up 6 games for their console lifespan.
If most of the people were like that, then like I said, Sony would be selling. Sony sells a ton of games, right? Like a ton of third-party games. Sony's games would be selling so much more. Horizon Zero Dawn would be at 40 million. If they actually had like a super hardcore dedicated group that buys those type of games, if Nintendo can sell 22 million copies of Mario Kart or 16 million copies of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on the install base that they have, which is what, about half of PS4s. Imagine if Sony had that base in terms of the people that are so hardcore into Nintendo franchises like that buy Zelda. Imagine if it was if it was scaled to Sony's install base. Seriously, Horizon Zero Dawn would have sold 30 to 40 million copies, right? If you scale it. So that doesn't happen. Nintendo's games still outsell Sony's games, so you don't have as many people. There's so many expanded audience people that don't buy Horizon, that don't buy the new God of War, that don't buy these type of games. Sony is targeting, with The Last of Us, because that's their biggest one, they're targeting that super expanded audience that aren't just gonna rush out there and buy. In this climate, I'm not sure if they're gonna rush out there and buy this game, dude. Like I said, they're scared. They're scared.
I don't think you get it.
No, I don't think you get it. I explained it very nicely.
We talking about The Last of Us 2.
OJ's saying that
we talking about
to the store.
The magnum opus, the quote unquote most anticipated game of the generation.
These expanded audience are not gonna rush out there in this climate and go buy The Last of Us Part 2.
Right, that's probably true. Honestly,
no, that's bull. You know what? So
it's
I'm
crowds
gonna ask you
of
this:
people, though.
if Final Fantasy goes out there and sells boatloads, what's the excuse after that?
If Final Fantasy 7, that is a different case because that is the type of people that are into Final Fantasy. That's a little bit of a different case. Yeah.
Are you serious right now?
I'm serious.
The Final Fantasy span, demographic span, and target audience is way smaller than The Last of Us 2.
It is.
So if that overwhelmingly succeeds, which most likely it will, what's the excuse then?
But the excuse is probably they don't have to sell it since they're splitting this game up. Here's the excuse. I'll give it to you right now. The excuse is since they're splitting
it's not even a complete game.
Since they're splitting it up, they're obviously splitting it up. Like they have to recoup development costs and all that stuff like that. But they have multiple games.
Trying to milk Pony's money.
They have multiple games to recoup that. You know what I'm saying? So over the course of time, they can recoup it, and then the eventual complete edition of the game. So obviously Sony or Square Enix has a plan. Sony, they're scared because they know the depreciation. They know that PS5 is coming. They know that they have one shot with this game, and they know that it's not launching in a clean atmosphere. Sony's, and then on top of that, Final Fantasy also has a little bit bigger reach in terms of certain countries too. Like Asian countries are gonna buy that game more than, like, for example, Japan. They're gonna sell way more copies than what The Last of Us would sell in Japan. So they do have a little bit more of a global reach. Although Last of Us is bigger, but they'll sell copies in Japan, whereas Last of Us isn't gonna sell in Japan really too much compared to Final Fantasy at least. So I think that's essentially what's going on there. I don't think Final Fantasy VII Remake, this first part, has to sell as much as The Last of Us. I think The Last of Us, Final Fantasy VII's development is obviously big, but they split it up, right? So they're going to get more money out of consumers. They're going to say, hey, we're going to split it up. We're going to do this part, this part, this part. We're going to give you a $500 collection edition. So I think it's a different thing because they know that they have they have more opportunities to sell and to get your $60 than what Sony has for The Last of Us. That's my thought process.
OJ, what you saying sounds good. Sounds real damn good.
Oh,
but it don't mean shit to The Last of Us 2. Nothing.
Well, I'm just trying to do
This is supposed to be the game of the year. This is supposed to be the most anticipated game of the generation. This is supposed to be the most untouchable franchise on the planet. And you delayed it indefinitely? For what?
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely. Let me say that. Indefinitely. Do I need to go get Boosie to make a remix to Independent to spell that out for you?
Hey, he'll do it. He's on live all the time.
I think I did a good job of explaining, so I don't got anything else to say.
I'm tired. I'm tired of this. It's been a whole damn 24 months of this bullshit with y'all. Wake the hell up and just smell the damn roses and drink the coffee for what it is.
So those Mario remasters.
You getting finessed. You got finessed for the last 18 damn months by this fraudulent damn company.
Speaking of remasters,
hyped you up to tell you the Days Gone was going to be the next big thing. It was trash. They hyped you up with Death Stranding. It was trash.
And
They didn't give you no. They showed up to E3 with 5 damn games. Said you was gonna play them in the next year, and you ain't played none of the bitches. None of them.
He goes to Tsushima.
Yeah,
Not even Ghost of Tsushima you didn't play.
Hey, it's coming out
So
later.
somebody tell me how in the living hell is Ghost of Tsushima coming out before The Last of Us 2?
That's hilarious now. Especially
How is
since
that
it also came out
possible?
A whole year prior.
This
Originally.
game had a 3 to 4 year head start.
5 years.
It's coming out
actually.
before The Last of Us 2.
Why are you so mad, bro?
He
With
was
these
turning
idiots.
up.
I'm tired of it.
Well, you deal with idiots on the daily.
I'm tired of
You
these
talk to
idiots.
them and deal with them. You gotta just ignore
And
them
that
block them
little
on the
super chat
side.
from little whatever that guy named, that was a straw that broke the camel's back today. Cause I'm tired of this bullcrap. I'm tired of it.
Who's super chat?
It ain't got nothing to do with hate. And y'all don't want to eat the damn facts no more. And I'm tired of you. You know what? I'm gonna make you swallow that fact pill today. You swallow
Hey,
it.
that's what I said in my mechanic
And
perspective.
it's big as the old school penicillin pills. You finna swallow that bitch today.
Nah, it's gonna be.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the nonsense. I'm tired of the bullshit.
Open them wide and just right in.
Ain't no open wide. I'm just gonna put it in your mouth and chop you in the throat. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Yo, Brian Jedi hit us the $5 in the fire, bro.
Fire emoji.
Shout out
tired
to
of
Brian
this
Jedi,
nonsense.
dude. Shout out. Oh my god.
This don't
dude.
make no sense, bruh.
It's been in development.
Ghost of Tsushima is coming out before Last of Us 2. How?
Yup.
Yo,
How?
thank you, Brian Jedi, for the $5 and being a good sport too. Shout outs to Elite Ninja Brian Jedi.
And
knows
this is
how it
not
is
for
over
Brian Jedi. This is for everybody. Everybody that every time Sony do something, they want to go, oh, it's okay, baby. It's okay. No, it's not. It's not okay.
We
Well,
still.
well,
we still,
I mean-
we still Last of Us.
Yeah. Apparently, are we sponsored by XSplit today? I mean, that's dope.
Yes, we are.
That'd be great, man.
Don't make no damn sense. Ghost of Tsushima coming out for Last of Us 2. They had a man with a fucking flute on E3.
Well,
Like, there's flutes. So what's wrong with it? You got
Flute
something
Flute
against
man.
flutes?
They had everybody cooped up in a hot ass tent watching this shit. Talking about you gonna play it soon. And you ain't playing it.
Why you hating on Fluke guy like that?
Yeah, maybe he used to go to band class, man. You got bullied at band camp.
Yo, right now, the Yin Yang Twins and Little John, the East Side Boys, are happy for Baron, bringing back Salt Shaker right now. Because, Baron, you are salty.
Yeah, you
It's-
played Dandara, the
It's
main
because
villain.
you know what the problem is? It's because Baron goes to like Mortal Kombat against these guys on Twitter.
Trolls with not even more than 20 followers, Baron.
bloodbath on
Like,
Baron's.
block them on the spot. That's what I do now.
Abaddon. This is gonna be my last point, bro. They've been making this game for 5+ years. The game doesn't even feature the same content that was in the original with multiplayer. What the fuck you been doing? What have you been doing?
That's what they've been doing. They've been blowing money.
I
Big
appreciate.
mad.
Here's the thing. I appreciate the support on the channel because this is going to get demonetized.
Oh, yeah. That's just gonna the
100%.
C word earlier.
So I appreciate the
Yeah.
donations coming through, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Psycho Pie, thank you for the $1.49 Canadian dollars. I'm gonna definitely buy some maple syrup with that. So let's go ahead and let's move on to the next topic here, guys. And that is.
hold up, wait a minute, I ain't done.
How are you not done? How are you
Give
possibly?
you an extra 20
have
minutes.
gone
Get out of here,
off.
Baron. Good.
You
We're
have gone
done.
off.
Dude, how are you not done?
Give you an extra 20 minutes.
I'm done.
Okay, you're actually done. Okay.
good.
Okay, but
By the way,
that was actually hilarious, though. That was actually like one of the funniest rants I've heard. If you don't take it too
Top
serious, I
five.
bet some Sony users are probably fuming right now.
Yeah,
But
they feelings hurt right.
all right, so let's go ahead and let's get into these Mario remasters apparently coming out. So
And
there was a
new Mario.
rumor that apparently is not April Fool's, which some people thought maybe it was, but it's not. Multiple websites reporting, Jason Schreier, everyone's favorite journalist. We had VGC, we had Gamatsu, so many different places pointing to this. I know Emily Rogers talked about it a little bit when it comes to on her Twitter.
You're
Quite
a
a number of
gamer.
people. quite a number of people come, and like basically here's what the latest breakdown is on this Mario stuff, guys. What I think it was VentureBeat was reporting this. VentureBeat was reporting that it's going to be Mario 64, all right, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy, all remastered, right, and put into one package. And then also what they did is that they took Super Mario 3D World Deluxe. That's going to be separate. And then also what was it going to be? Mario, what's the other one? I think it was like Mario Galaxy 2 or something no, Galaxy 2. No, they didn't talk about Galaxy 2 in terms of the latest. They just said Sunshine, 64, and Galaxy 1 remastered on package, and then Mario Deluxe, Super Mario 3D World Deluxe, and then a new Paper Mario game. They didn't mention it. Like the new, in terms of what I think it was VentureBeat, they didn't talk about Mario Galaxy 2. But all these other ones, and then they said
someone else did, yeah.
Yeah, somebody else kind of tied it in, but the latest, and then they said that most of Mario's back catalog will be available on the Nintendo Switch. So they're gonna bring back some of the older games, like maybe Mario All Stars. They're gonna bring back that. They're gonna bring back Mario Bros. 3. All that. I mean, you can already play some of them on the Nintendo Switch Online, but they're gonna bring back a lot of Mario's old games too. I think like the real Mario Bros. 2. That's not on the Switch now, is it?
Real Mario Bros? I don't think so.
Yeah, the real Mario Bros. 2? Lost Levels?
Lost Levels? No, it's not.
That's not on the Switch. I mean, like, you think that maybe, like, what if they bring back some of the stuff like Super Mario 3D Land? What if they bring back, like, 3D Land in some way? I mean, I don't know how they get it done.
3D Land would probably sell.
Oh, that would, it saved the Nintendo 3DS, remember?
Again with this.
It saved the 3DS. But what do you guys think about this? I know, Hunter, you're a Mario guy. You're an old school Mario 64 guy, you know? What are your thoughts on these remasters?
Oh man, it sounds good. Too good to be true. Sorry, I messed up my words. But seriously, it sounds fucking awesome. At first I thought it was a rumor and I didn't really take it seriously, but then Eurogamer started reporting on it and all these other sources started confirming it. So I really hope it's true. I would play them. I'd buy all of them.
Yeah.
Max.
How do you feel about the VC? I want to move on to your thoughts on this. How do you feel about like the packaging of it? Like, what would be your ideal way to get these out in prices and stuff?
Well, way before there was the rumors of them being together, everyone was presuming they'd be $60 or $50 each. Correct? Mm-hmm. That was like the first thing everyone was thinking.
Somewhere. Yeah.
And it's nice to hear that it's a collection. Actually, that's amazing because we can now get Sunshine, hopefully with some touch-ups.
Yes.
64 with an HD remaster, as well as Galaxy, probably just going to get an upres. I don't expect, unless all of them are in the same engine, maybe they remake all of them in the same engine. I don't know. But they say remasters, so it could just be 1080p 60 frames. Yeah. We don't really know for sure what they're doing. But me, I'm a big Mario guy. Mario 64 is basically the reason why I'm a gamer. And I am so hyped because I still play it. I have my 64 right over there with the cartridge still in. I have Sunshine. I've played that numerous times. And Galaxy's great. Sunshine. Yeah, Sunshine's so good. People just hate on it because the glitches that it does have. The game has so much memorable moments. Great bosses. Amazing platforming segments that even the ones that could be annoying without FLUDD, it's fun. It's enjoyable.
No, I like those. Yeah.
It's very vibrant and colorful game as well, which is why I liked a lot. And it still stands the test of time, that version graphically. It still looks nice.
Yep.
The camera... The camera, they gotta fix that. They gotta fix the camera, in my opinion, when it comes to Sunshine, and 64 as well. Also,
if they could bump up Sunshine to 60 frames, that would be so.
Yeah, 60 frames for Sunshine, that'd be amazing.
Well, they all run at 30, don't they? Like Mario 64 and Mario Galaxy. Galaxy's 30.
I think 64 is 60.
Is 64 60 frames?
Yeah. I thought they were all 30.
And Galaxy is 100% 60.
No, Galaxy's 30.
Really?
No, Galaxy 60 on the Wii. Yeah.
Really?
No.
Yeah. Such a good game, dude.
Is it really?
Yes.
I can't. No. Let me double check.
Masterpiece. Yeah, it's 60 frames.
Well, that's awesome if it is, but
Sunshine's the one. Sorry, I was just gonna say Sunshine's the one.
Galaxy 2. Galaxy 2. I wish that was in the bundle.
Me
wish
too.
That was there because if they had all 4 of those together, that would have been the perfect trifecta. Because even with the original All-Stars collection that was on the Wii, they had 4 games or more. So just 3, I don't know. That's not enough. I know I'm already asking for a lot because it's 3 of the best Mario games ever in a collection. But at the same time, I don't care. I'm the consumer. I'm sitting on my chair. I'm saying what I want. Sorry if that sounds entitled.
I don't know
I'm a
if the
huge
Galaxy.
Mario fan. I would literally buy every Mario game.
Oh no, it is. Like
so.
I've ran it on emulators and 60 at the top left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if it was. I didn't know if it was or not. I know they're really smooth and
Odyssey is
everything.
60 frames. I know Odyssey. 60
Yeah,
frames.
Odyssey.
Odyssey is 60. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that for sure. But Galaxy is 62. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So good.
It is.
I want Galaxy 2 as well. I wish that was on there, but maybe they'll release it later.
We still don't know if they're skipping Galaxy or not. We just don't have. Some people reported that there was Galaxy 2. So like some people, it's just like the latest in terms of like the people that are reporting on the collection. They didn't mention Galaxy 2, but Galaxy 2 could be in a collection with Super Mario 3D World for all we know. They could do 3D World Galaxy or 3D World Galaxy 2 and maybe something else, or maybe 3D.
Oh yeah, that's true. Another collection.
There could be 2 collections, and they charge you $60
like
a pop for each
handheld
one.
collection, like each one has 3 or 4 games in it or something. Like let's say all the DS ones come to the Switch.
I know 3D
World
World
is the Mega Man DS games come to the Switch, so maybe the Nintendo Mario ones is possible for the new Super Mario games. That's possible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely. I mean, we don't know what's gonna happen with it, what they're gonna do, but it seems like we're gonna get a heavy dose of Mario. This.
It's a good year to be a plumber, as Emily said a few months back.
Good year to be a plumber. So I mean, I know there was more Paper Mario. I mean, I don't know. Avedon, are you big into Mario. Actually? Are you big into Paper Mario at all, Avedon?
Nope.
Okay, you don't play the franchise. Baron, you don't play Paper Mario either, do you?
Hell no.
Okay, you guys don't like Paper Mario for some reason.
I'm ready.
I am ready. I'm because like here's the rumor. The rumor is that it's going back to the roots. That it's going back to, old school intelligent systems. The Fire Emblem developers. They're the ones who make Paper Mario, by the way, guys. For those who don't know, intelligent systems are the ones who made the good Paper Mario. Well, they make the bad Paper Mario games and they make the good Paper Mario games, but they're heavily influenced by the bad Paper Mario games, whereas the good Paper Mario games were the original Paper Mario and Paper Mario 64 and Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. That was when they were able to do what they wanted to do, So the rumor is that they're going
Paper Mario
back.
Was a good game too.
No.
Story was good.
No.
The platforming was but the story was the exact same quality.
So much text reading through that without amazing RPG gameplay.
That was an amazing story, but go on.
Okay, no. Okay, whatever. You're right, but I'll be honest, dude. Back when I played it, VC, man, I was so pissed off. I thought it was like Paper Mario Thousand Year Door.
It's not the same, but there are the teammates that you get. They float around to help you. There's that, but that's
the only ones worth playing are the original 64 one Paper Mario 4 and Thousand Year Door, the GameCube. Those ones are so good because they're like classic turn-based RPGs. Once they started getting away from that, I lost interest.
Yeah, me too. Because it was kind of like a natural progression, right, Hunter? Like it was Super Mario RPG. We all played that, we played that. That was awesome. It was like, good. Whoa, Mario RPG, like great, and then they moved on to, it was Paper Mario 64. That's what came next. So then everyone's like, okay, they're gonna continue this. But then they split off. Like they made the Mario and Luigi RPGs. They made that, and then they're like, okay, well for this one we have to have weird stuff. So,
right, that was their excuse. Was
that
was because they had Mario and Luigi. They would have that be the turn base. But now that Alpha Dream has been shut down, now this is probably true that Paper Mario will go back to its roots, hopefully.
Yes. I think it needs to. And I think that when you combine the portable and the handheld development, right, because that was under the impression of they're still doing things separately. Now you have Nintendo it's combined, the R&Ds are combined, so there's really no reason. I mean, even if it's Paper Mario, like, at least we might get like maybe they make a Mario and Luigi game that's on the console, because Mario and Luigi's good too,
It is.
Those are good games too. Yeah, those are also good. I don't know if they're better than Paper Mario, like the first one and Thousand Year Door, but they're not bad, that's for sure, and they're fun.
Superstar Saga is one of the best Mario games. Just saying the GBA one, not even the DS one, the GBA one.
The GBA one's a masterpiece.
I
Did
play
they?
it on
So
my
good.
my Game Boy Advance adapter on my
Did-
GameCube on the big screen.
Yeah, me too.
Did they remaster that for the 3DS or no?
They did.
They did, and the art style looks bad in my
Yep,
opinion.
I hate the new art style.
It's
They should
bad.
sprite work is always better.
Sprite
Okay.
looked good on the GBA for real.
It did.
Yeah.
It still looks good
I
even to
remember.
this day.
I remember seeing that. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't look as like iconic as the original.
I was
Essentially.
disappointed.
Yeah,
Me too. I was very
And
disappointed.
then they tanked, and then like the games. I think what was it, the Bowser's? What was the most recent one? Bowser's.
They skip Partners in Time, which hurts me so much.
That's a
And then
good
they-
one.
It is, and then they make Bowser's Inside Story as a remake, and it's like, great. We don't need this. It's on the same console already.
Exactly. Yeah, that was the issue.
Like that's like, how do you release the game on the console already, and then I don't know.
They were making some bad decisions. I think that's part of the reason why they shut
Man,
down.
Vaughn, Superstar Saga is overrated. 8 out of 10.
No,
Get out of town.
get out of here.
10 out of 10.
10.
10 out of 10. One of the best GBA games.
I've got to play.
Right next to
I've got to.
Advance Wars and a couple other things.
I've got to
really
play
is.
Superstar. I got to play Superstar.
I'll say
Saga.
It's
I'll say
so
this.
good.
It's a good RPG. Really
I'll
good.
say this. This is looking more like probably a Mario All Stars 2, like the whole packaging deal. I see the packaging deal being a HD remakes of Mario World. No, not World. 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy 1 and 2. I could really see them making that HD remaster or remake rather. We went over this definition before. We might as well call it a remake.
Remaster.
I hope the people here know the difference.
No, they
bas-
don't. They don't know the difference.
Well, not everybody knows the difference.
We'll call it a remake. So remakes
Okay.
of 64, Sunshine, and the Galaxy games, all for $60 at most 70. At most 70. But it'll have all 4 games, and they'll do like a new Mario 3D World. That'll be its own standalone game, and a new Paper Mario game. That'll be its own standalone game. But I'm looking forward to 64 remade, like redone. That's what I'm looking forward to the most, actually.
I really hope they remake it like that, like from the ground up.
Me
I know
too,
that's like
ground
high
up.
expectations, but it didn't age very well graphically. It doesn't look
Exactly, it's too blocky.
Yeah.
The 64. Here's the thing: the DS and the 3DS had better textures than the 64. That's factual.
good. Yes. that's
So it's like we can't say that the technology's not there for them to do it. You know, they very well can. If they could make better resolution a model for DS models of Pokemon characters, they could surely do it for the Mario characters and even the Zelda characters if Zelda gets the same treatment.
Yeah, that'd be
That's
crazy
my
if
thoughts.
if they even use like the Odyssey engine to remake 64. That'd be incredible.
Oh yeah, the
I know,
Odyssey, I
I'm-
love it.
I'm setting the expectations really high because I think they're just going to be remasters if they're a thing.
So they're
Yeah.
just gonna like up-res them and up the frame rate and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
up-
Exactly.
Up-res.
Ramu in the chat said they redid the models in 64 to 3DS, so it could definitely be done. And I agree.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
true.
I mean, they could. I mean, this could be like a full. One of these could be like a full-blown remake. Like it could be
64.
We could
I
have a
wish.
full-blown remake of like Sunshine. What if they do that, or if they do like a full-blown remake of? You know,
If they do a full-blown remake of Sunshine, that would be amazing.
That'd be awesome.
or even Galaxy. Maybe Galaxy 2. That's the reason why it's not in the package. Maybe Galaxy 2 is getting a full.
Because I think
remake.
that's what a lot of people are asking for. And it's funny because Nintendo knows they need to do something big this year, and if it seems like it's funny because a lot of people think that Nintendo is losing it. The Nintendo is like not really there where they need to be yet, and Nintendo, they're gonna come out the gate swinging. This is gonna be a great year for Nintendo. 2020 is gonna be a great year. I mean, I know a lot of people are looking for more so exclusives, but kind of like how I explained on Twitter, great games take time to make. You just can't crap out a whole bunch of exclusives every single year. That's not financially responsible, first of all, and two, it's it's not.
Here's the thing, though. I love Mario games. I'm gonna probably buy a lot of them. I'm not sure which ones, or it's just a collection. I just buy the whole collection. But
All
I
of
don't
them.
know, man. Like saying that Nintendo's gonna have the best year in 2020, 2017.
No,
was too
I
good.
said they're gonna
Last
have a
year
good
was
year.
really good.
I say it's the best year. I said this is gonna be a great year. I said if I said the best, my bad. I mean, this is gonna be a great year for them.
Yeah. I for me, even great seems a little bit too high for me because like
Ooh.
Breath of the Wild 2, not happening in my opinion. It's not like
2021
especially if The Last of Us
probably.
got delayed.
But what on what basis are we saying that on? It's only April. We're just entering quarter 2. of the year.
You know me, Abaddon. I say things from my gut. I feel things. I'm not right all the time, but I was right about Paper Mario. So that's
okay.
I wrote my W. I don't need an L.
Okay,
I need
well,
a W.
here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. I think that if Nintendo has, let's say, these Mario remasters, right? They have all these Mario remasters. They have Xenoblade Chronicles. They have Bravely Default 2. They have Animal Crossing. I think that's a solid year. Maybe it's not the best year, but that's a pretty damn solid year, in my opinion.
Oh, whoa.
Charles Manor remake's pretty good.
Whoa, hold up. Wait a minute. Stop it. You know there's more games releasing than that.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, right now, as of what we, like, potentially know, like, if it's from what we know, I mean, obviously we had, you know, I mean, if you want to go all the way back, we had Tokyo, Mario Sessions, we had Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, we had Animal Crossing.
No More Heroes.
We have No More Heroes coming. Bayonetta 3, I think, is coming this year. If that comes this year.
Things that don't have confirmed release.
I know we shouldn't, but we don't have a confirmed for this Mario
No More
stuff
Heroes
yet.
3 is 2020. It will be here.
Hold up. I got this.
The Last of Us had a release date.
The man started development on the game before Xbox again was done. So it's going to be here.
Hold up, VC. You a sports fan, VC?
I do like sports. I have been out of it the last 2 years.
You like sports? You like basketball and football?
Basketball and football. Hockey the most.
Hockey the most. Do you ever call the game in the second quarter?
No.
Okay. My point. Third and fourth quarter is when you start predicting the game, right?
Basketball.
So why are we doing this right now in video games?
Well, this isn't the fourth quarter. if anything, this is like the last 2 minutes. Most people already know what's happening for the rest of Nintendo.
How is the last 2 minutes in the second quarter?
It's April. It's April. What are you talking about?
Compare this month of April compared to every other April we've had the Switch, and we've known more games for the year to compare
to last year in April.
Well, hold on. Oh, every year for the Switch, technically. Actually, no. In 2017,
that's not true, VC.
In 2017, all we had was Breath of the Wild and Mario Kart. That's all we knew.
But just compare it to last year. I don't know what he's talking about.
Arms was right there.
No, but Doom. Hold up. Time out. Doom. We didn't know when Doom was coming out. Resident Evil Revelations. There were so.
Doom was September. It was announced. That was Doom.
Dude, there was a whole.
I understand the logic you're saying that things could be announced, but that's third party.
We didn't know about Mario plus Rabbids in April. We didn't know about that game, and that game was amazing.
We learned about that in June.
That was a rumor, though, and you said we know everything by April.
We're in April.
You said we learned everything. Mario plus Rabbids was.
I said we knew enough, and at least enough.
We did not know enough by April.
We don't know. We
did not know enough. I disagree,
guys. We know Bravely Default. We know Xenoblade. Like definitively, like we know what we have, and then we know there's the potential
because Xenoblade is coming out,
and that's it.
We know no more heroes. You missed no more heroes.
No, there's no missing if they have a window.
He said 2020, dog. It's done.
The fact that it's
2020.
The fact that we already have those are three pretty big games. Those are three pretty good games.
Xenoblade Chronicles, No More Heroes, Animal Crossing.
I don't know.
That's three big games.
Bayonetta is coming out this year. Y'all are bugging.
Like I mentioned, that's the biggest game from Nintendo this year. But all right.
You're saying that's bigger than Xenoblade Chronicles? Okay.
Animal Crossing is bigger than Xenoblade Chronicles.
Sales-wise, it's bigger.
Sales-wise,
sales-wise too. Popularity,
everything. Sales-wise, popularity, everything. Now, the quality of the game, that's obviously subjective. I think Xenoblade's going to have Xenoblade's going to have a higher review score. That game's going to be like a 95. It's going to review really high.
I wouldn't go that.
I'm like at 95.
I wouldn't go that.
I'm not going to jump that far.
I think it's going to be somewhere. It's going to be
jumping out the window.
It's going to be higher than the original release. The original release was 90.
It should be higher than the original. Yeah.
So it's going to be somewhere in the. It can get up to 95.
It's the remake, so it should be higher.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, I don't trust
but
things
you
that
said
are
95.
It could be up to 95. Yeah.
What was the original? Because I don't know.
91, 92. 91, 92 was the 91, 92.
It'll get a 93.
93 to 95. There you go. 93 to 95.
No, bro.
So there you go.
95 ain't happening.
I see 93.
95 ain't happening.
It's a really good game. You guys
but then again, games were rated differently back then, so I'm not gonna be too close to saying that because standards of what was revealed in games was different back then as to what they are now.
Here's the thing.
So in terms of,
here's the thing though. Back then in 2010, that was when the Wii was doing SD versus HD consoles. If anything, they were tougher on Xenoblade than anything back then.
They were.
They were tougher on it because if the game was on PS4 and in HD, it would have got like a 97.
It Could have it had a similar impact to kind of like how Final Fantasy VII did going against the N64 games.
Here we go.
No, I'm talking about the original ones. What the original
You
one?
had to find a way to throw Final Fantasy VII.
Of course.
Somehow, this
Of
man
course.
continues to do this.
Of course. And you're gonna
Nobody gives a damn about that game.
And guess what? You're gonna hear nothing but that game next week as well. So anyway, but what I'm getting at is like the analogy I'm making is impact. Xenoblade Chronicles had a huge impact because really, if you really want to count it, the Nintendo has not seen a quality RPG like that since Super Nintendo.
Octopath Traveler's right there.
Think about that.
I want to hear your shenanigans.
We're saying some crazy ish today.
Think about that.
What?
No.
What the hell
Think about
do you
that.
mean?
Think about that. What RPGs were on the 64? Quest 64.
I'm saying Octopath made me feel like a kid
Paper Mario.
RPG.
That's it.
Paper
Mario.
But no, was Paper Mario had as much impact as Xenoblade Chronicles?
I don't know.
You see where I'm going with this? Do you see where I'm going with this? The only RPGs that you really saw on the GameCube were really the Paper Mario games, and you had Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
Wait, no, you had Bots and Kaitos. You also had Skies of Arcadia.
Skies.
What are you talking about?
Okay, I'll give you Skies.
You had Fire Emblem Path of
Tales
Radiance,
of Symphonia.
Tales of
Path of Radiance
Symphonia.
was not that big.
No, it wasn't that
that's
big,
still
but
big.
I'm just saying it was a first party
In
RPG.
When I'm saying impact, in terms of impact,
Nothing had an
bad.
impact on the GameCube.
that's
Resident Evil 4 was a
what am
suck for a
I?
year,
What am I
had no
saying?
impact.
Am I speaking factuals right now? That
No.
we didn't have not seen an impactful RPG since the Super NES. Like I'm talking about games like Chrono Trigger.
What do you mean? Do you mean sales?
That's
What do you
'cause-
mean? What do you mean?
That's because
Impact
Square
is-
Enix abandoned Nintendo's
Because
console.
okay,
What do you mean by impact? What are you talking about?
I
Like
feel
impact?
like Final
In term-
Fantasy VII is
in
in
terms-
between the two. I'm not. No, it's
In
again,
turn,
mistaken.
we're talking about. I'm talking about Nintendo consoles. VC.
Okay.
Yeah.
On Nintendo consoles, like, what do you mean by impact? What's your like sales? Is that it?
Not just sales, but more so what RPGs and developers have used to use differently and move differently in the industry of RPGs as well. So basically, there was things because looking at Xenoblade Chronicles, their battle system was unique for its time.
Yeah, it's innovative. Yeah.
And it definitely opened the door to make more for innovative and unique RPGs foregoing that, did it not? Because you didn't see too many innovative RPG styles like that.
I mean, you can talk about like Final Fantasy 12 in terms of what they did, and you can go and kind of move to Xenoblade. Yeah, I mean, you can, but I mean, it's not like it's impactful. Yeah, Xenoblade's impactful. I mean, is that what you're trying to say? Is that what you're trying to say?
And I'm saying that we haven't seen an RPG on Nintendo since the Super NES.
Octopath's right
But
there.
what about
I'm sorry.
Xenoblade? Did we just talk-
Octopath is on the Switch, dude.
But what about
Okay.
Hey, that's before. I know what you're saying about Xenoblade on the Wii,
Wait,
but Definitive Edition's gonna be an bigger
Octopath?
impact.
Why are you saying Octopath on the Switch when I'm talking about the
The
Wii?
Wii version, I know, but the thing is the Definitive Edition on the Switch would realistically and logistically be more popular and sell more and probably do better, wouldn't it? That's my logic. Nah, see, that's a fake L. That's just because I'm going against you right now. I'm going devil's advocate and you just hate it.
No, you
VC with the fake L.
You out here,
about
you
it.
out here, you out here like
See, even Nyko said
you
that.
out here like Mr. Fantastic dude, stretching all your arms all over the
I
place.
ain't
Man, come on.
stretching
I'll be
shit.
honest.
All
I'm kind of
saying.
confused on your point.
Exactly.
saying-
OJ,
okay.
Exactly.
Okay,
I'm
V-
kind of confused on your point, to be honest,
Let-
bro.
To be more
OJ,
popular and
elaborate.
being bigger
OJ,
impact
let me elaborate.
Okay,
On the-
elaborate, please.
People actually
On
play
the
the
Super-
franchise
Wait,
now.
hold up, VC. Let him
Chill.
elaborate just a little bit.
Oh, so on the Super NES,
Alright.
we had like 3 impactful RPGs. We had Final Fantasy VI, we
Yeah.
had Chrono Trigger, and we
of
even
Mana.
had Secret of Mana,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Tekken Densetsu 3.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Right?
That's not 4.
Yeah.
Square Enix
So
games,
for-
yes.
Breath of Fire too. Breath of Fire.
And yeah, Breath of Fire 2. And so you had so many impactful RPGs that shaped how RPGs were going to be for the future, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we could pretty much say the RPGs on the Super NES shaped how RPGs were on the PlayStation 1, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So can we say Xenoblade Chronicles 1 did the same thing? Because the other RPGs that were on the 64, Quest 64, and the RPGs that were on the GameCube did not have that much impact. They did not have that much of a hit. They did not have that much of an acclaimed value as Xenoblade Chronicles. Xenoblade Chronicles brought you back to that Super NES era where it's like it's fresh. It's a breath of fresh air, and it gave new ideas, more innovative ideas for developers to move forward with.
In terms of home,
How many people played the first game on the Wii?
yeah, no,
I'm talking about developers. So that's
no,
more
no.
of
Even
a
a lot of people played. A lot of people hacked the game. That game was one of the most played games on the Wii ever.
emulated,
Yeah,
yeah.
everybody emulated. Yeah. People played the hell out of that game
Because of the sales though, and GameStop doing their shady.
Well,
stuff.
yeah, well, because it took 2 years in between the time. Like the game was localized in English.
It got localized,
in
they
2011.
had the whole campaign for that
Exactly.
last story, and what was the other game?
Well, I mean, because people, I don't have
Pandora's Tower.
Pandora's Tower. But I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Abaddon. I think that you're. I think that there's also less room to innovate because like the series is older, right? Or like the genre's older now. People have done so many things. So
I'm talking about the Wii version innovated like future games.
Yeah, I don't know what games it
understand
influenced
what you mean.
though. I'm not sure what games it actually influenced though. Xenoblade. I'm not sure which ones it did though. To be honest.
Well,
Maybe it impacted
it's
Zodiac
kind of its
Age.
own
Whichever one
game,
came
really.
first. Which came first, Zodiac Age or Xenoblade?
Zodiac Age.
Oh, then it. I'm not gonna
Never mind.
Continue.
Well,
What, Final Fantasy 12 came out in 2006. That was a great. I remember I bought it day one.
Well, I guess we know
that
how
was a great
Xenoblade
game.
was made.
Xenoblade was made in 2010. That came out in
It
2010.
was.
If anything,
That was the end of the week. Definitely, you can see Final Fantasy 12 aspects in Xenoblade, hands down. You can even see Final Fantasy 12 in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, even.
the thing about it though, people in the chat, like Xenoblade 1 did sell well. It sold well for the circumstances that it was under. It actually sold so well enough that Nintendo had confidence in them to make Xenoblade Chronicles X and not do the same thing. That's how well it sold. You know?
It actually even sold as they actually sold even more by making it on the DS version.
Yeah. They
The
and
3DS.
also Wii U download too. People downloaded it on the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
So the game
Yeah,
actually
that was
did
the
well,
thing.
and it funded what we saw with X. That game X was actually really expensive, and if it wasn't for Xenoblade doing as like Nintendo seeing that, oh snap, people actually do want Xenoblade, and they made a lot of money for that game. The development budget for the Xenoblade was small. It was tiny. They didn't give them much.
It was a good transition from them doing the Xenosaga series. When they moved from Xenosaga to Xenoblade, it's like it was a great transition.
They lowered the production costs. Xenosaga actually cost more. They lowered the production costs, and they also made more money off of the game. So then that helped them get to what they did with Xenoblade X, because Xenoblade X was actually expensive. HD game, huge world, online multiplayer. That was expensive. That engine that they had to build, everything. That's why the game kept on
Trying to
getting delayed.
incorporate the gamepad as well probably took some time.
Yeah, well, yeah, that. But I mean, like, I think that the biggest thing was obviously the online multiplayer, and also the narrative. They actually had a whole narrative with that guy that you saw from the first trailer, and they scrapped that. They completely scrapped that midway through, and they just made you like a blank avatar type of person. But they actually had a main character at one point, and they were about halfway done with that character, and then they said, we're not going to do that. And scrapped it. So that game was expensive to develop and everything like that. That's the reason why we probably haven't seen a port of the game at this point. It was weird because it's on the Wii U. It's expensive, HD. So the only reason why they got that money was because of how well Xenoblade 1 did. If Xenoblade 1 flopped or didn't sell, there'd be no way Xenoblade X would be a thing. No way. Anyway, let's go ahead. Should we move on to the next topic here, boys?
I guess so. Overall, with the Mario remasters, I'm hyped. They're going to sell well because there's not been much of big hitters for Nintendo this holiday season that we know of currently. Just want to say that. So
yeah. Wait, Baron, did you talk about these remasters? Baron, are you excited for any of these? Or?
Yeah, I didn't even talk about it yet.
Yeah, let's. You can go and give your thoughts, bro.
My thoughts is it's a rumor, and a lot of people are just taking it and running with it, and I feel like it's not
fact.
It's not fact yet.
I'm gonna say it again.
Fact.
I know it's
It's
not.
a
I'm kind of on
rumor,
the fence about it.
and people are taking it and running with it, and always it never turns out exactly the way it's being stated.
Remember when 4chan had the E3 2019 leak and everyone said this is fake, trash, 2 out of 10, and look what happened? It was 100% real.
Oh God, what an anomaly! Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Let's forget all the wrong things they got predicted.
4chan
Let's
is
forget all those wrong things.
4chan is
horrible.
horrible. Yeah, 4chan's horrible.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Like I was saying, everybody runs with these rumors, and y'all should know by watching all these other fanboys out here for the other two camps to stop believing these leaks and rumors. So I really believe there's some type of remaster collection coming. But all these details that people think is going to be this and that, I'm not listening to none of that. Yeah. I'm just going to wait and see what's revealed.
I feel you on that.
If you really believe, that that all those things are going to be separate, which is retarded, and people turned around and said no, some will be packaged, one of them will be alone. All that stuff sounds silly. It really sounds silly.
How do you feel they're going to do it? How do you? What would be what you think?
I feel like it's something, but I don't think it's going to be that many games. I can see something like a Super Mario All Stars 2 type of deal.
So what games would you get?
Where everything is going to be in one package.
Okay.
It's going to be separate.
Everything, even like 3D World.
Yeah, why not? How big was 3D World? 1.5 gigs, wasn't it? How big was it?
It was about 2 gigs. 2
gigs. So why not? Why not? Why?
Or was it 1 point something gigs? I forgot.
It had to be 1 point something. Last time I back then I remember it was like 1
how much it was.
But yeah, why not? All this stuff can really fit on one card almost. Especially if they're using.
That's a lot of production time though for charged for 60. Because they're gonna apparently they're gonna add stuff to Super Mario. It's gonna be like New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe where they actually add.
It's gonna have Odyssey levels and stuff.
Well, it depends on what they. It depends on what they add though. I don't think none of these are going to be. I think you'll get a remaster. I wouldn't be shocked if this Paper Mario thing is not real.
Okay.
And you actually get a Mario full remake. I don't know which one, but you get one. I say 60 because I think it's just time at this point to remake that game. It was such a benchmark back then, but to remake it in this modern era with this technology would be absolutely amazing.
I agree.
To put it flatly. So
even like the Galaxy 2 levels that they put in that had like remakes of the Mario 64 levels, those are great.
Yeah, so I would love to. I think remaster will probably be the Galaxies and that whack ass Sunshine that everybody likes for some reason. And
have you ever played on the pachinko machine? that one level where you like trying to make your way down and you always glitch on the bottom.
That's
like
everyone has. This man had a car wash on his back. I'm done.
Car wash, the hose and everything.
I'm done, bro.
I kind of saw more like a super soaker, you know?
No, it was a car wash on his back. I don't want to talk about that. That was a
car wash.
Yes, a car wash. That's what I call it. And then they had the nerve to name it that. It's like,
Flood.
That was the lamest Mario ever. It really was.
Lamest Mario. More lame than Mario's missing?
Jail time. What do you mean? He was
Hold on, wait, whoa.
He was behind
Mario's time machine.
I'm counting the main Mario game.
Okay, main
Mario.
And that
Mario was
Mario.
behind bars. He was behind bars trying to make his money back.
This man had a car wash on his back.
You could hover, man, like with the hover pack.
You hover
it's dope, dude. It's dope.
It wasn't dope. It was the most anti-Mario power-up ever. It was like the dumbest-ish I ever
Clearly,
seen.
you don't understand the concept of the levels.
I understand the concept. It was just dumb and whack.
Listen to what I just said. Forget it.
So
it's going to be controversial. It's going to be controversial. I remember when
get to the point. I think that could be like in there with the remastered version, and I think Mario 64 gets the remake. I feel like Paper Mario gets released later. That's what I feel that.
It's 2020. There's no Breath of the Wild 2. There's no Mario Kart 9.
According to who? This is why you keep saying it. You don't know it.
It's not happening.
Stop saying that because you do not know.
Listen, I asked everyone on the panel the other day for the Spawncast.
Let's talk about
panel.
the Spawncast.
Yeah, they had a charity stream.
I don't give a damn what the Spawncast said.
Everyone there pretty much was in synonymous agreement that it's not happening. The only
don't give a
person
damn what they told
you can't take that as fact though, VC.
I'm not taking it as fact. I'm taking it as
YouTubers
let me not expect.
Wait, what I
missed? They
missed?
have all the facts. They're in the damn boardroom making these decisions. They're not.
What I
You
missed?
make like there's certain people in this circle that don't know anything, Baron.
What did I miss?
You don't know anything, but the fact of the matter is, things change unless you in the damn boardroom.
Things change. Last of Us was coming in May, and now it's indefinitely. So think about it, please, guys.
You talking about Sony and Nintendo?
I only have a few, but come on.
You talking about Sony and Nintendo? You talking about a trophy and diarrhea? So you need to stop comparing the two.
What?
No, you have
what, Barry? Come on.
Okay, it's not even the same.
You have to compare the two.
So you why Abaddon?
Abaddon's like he really just said,
whoa.
Come on, Barry.
Definitely not getting any.
I'm just saying, look, you just got to use common sense, bro. There's two systems coming out. They are going to release something. I don't give a damn about your L.
It wasn't for you. It wasn't for you.
Oh, okay.
It was for what you said to him. Dang.
What I said.
Now we don't even know who the L's are going to. Can you point them in the direction so we know?
Okay, so wait. Okay, this way.
That's the Baron.
Wrong way.
On my screen, on your screen.
So no, too late.
Okay.
I said too late.
30 minutes.
I'm reversing your screen, okay?
I know you're reversed. I'm just saying, everyone is seeing you're pointing it to Baron on the feed.
But anyway, there's two systems coming out. They're going to have a holiday title. It's not going to be Paper Mario.
No,
so that's
not.
why
I'm not saying Paper Mario should be the holiday title. I'm just saying Breath of the Wild 2, Mario Kart 9 are not.
I'm just saying Breath of the Wild.
There's nothing wrong with saying that. That's not where we had an issue. VC when you said that there wasn't going to be a big title at all in the hall.
My point is what I'm saying is that people.
We just don't have any idea, any fathomable.
I don't get why is it that when people give y'all information, y'all just ignore shit. That's what kills me.
Well, where'd you get your
information? Told you they started the sequel in the middle of making DLC for Breath of the Wild. Yep. It's very possible this game can be done for this holiday. So why y'all keep sitting up here saying it's not possible? It is possible. The fact that they even relayed that information to you should tell you how far along they are.
Nah, they said it's in development.
So exactly.
That was not even a year ago. Development. Yeah. You know what that means, right? That means it's in development, not.
It doesn't, bruh. They did not have to create a whole new engine. They had to use the same engine and just update it. It's very possible, and we got a trailer for it.
Now in development, though. Whenever Nintendo says that, they mean it's a long time.
I want to comment on that because I think this is real. That had to be the fastest we ever got a trailer to a new Zelda game outside of Majora's Mask, right? Had to be, right?
How long after Skyward Sword did we get a trailer for Breath of the Wild?
We got a trailer for Breath of the Wild. It was at E3 2014.
So 2 years later, right?
No,
2012 was
3 years later. Skyward Sword came out in 2011. So
this is the first game since Majora's Mask.
So 2 years later,
they got a reveal almost immediately after the last game.
Well, 2 years.
And that's true. And support Baron's point, when it's usually like that when a game is a direct sequel to the last game. Majora's Mask is a direct sequel to Ocarina of Time, so they use a lot of the same textures, a lot of the same foregrounds of the map because they don't have to change much because the game's art style has such to look the same.
Yeah, I just feel like Breath of the Wild 2 and Mario Kart 9 are 2021 titles. That's just how I'm feeling.
There's nothing wrong with feeling that way.
I mean,
that's how I'm feeling about.
You know what?
Personal
BC, that would be fine if you had a logical pick for a holiday title this year.
That's the issue.
But you don't. You don't have one at all.
I have a pick.
Mario Remasters.
The Mario Remasters are big, dude.
No, that's not. They're not going out.
They are big, but they're not the big.
They're not going to go out.
Check this out. No, check this out.
They're not going to go out like that.
If Nintendo put out, let's just say they put out Super Mario All-Stars 2, and they're more advanced than what some people are thinking. If they're actually more rebuilt and remade, that's definitely something. Because half the audience, dude, have you ever talked to a lot of the Switch audience? You think they know what they're talking about. And if you keep on digging a little deeper, you'll realize that they haven't played anything sometimes. They've only played the games that came out on Switch.
These large backlogs just played a little while.
So they haven't played. A lot of these guys are new. They didn't play Mario 64. These guys didn't play Mario Sunshine. These guys didn't play Galaxy 1. You know how many people didn't play Galaxy 1 and 2?
That's why I'm saying.
If they released all those and they were rebuilt in a collection for $60, that would absolutely be a system seller. That would be big. That would be a big holiday. That would be a big holiday.
I feel like Mario 64
would
be the one that would get a remake the way Xenoblade is getting a remake. Because I feel like that's the game to do it with. You know what I mean? Sunshine definitely ain't the game to do with it because everybody's not. It's not going to appeal to everybody. It's just dumb as hell.
Even if it's 1080p,
I think Galaxy is too new to remake because Galaxies are so perfect the way they are. So just remaster those.
Do 1080p. If they put them in a collection, look, Baron. If they put them in a collection and said, "Here you go for $60," that to me is a big enough holiday game to push units.
I don't know.
I think so. I think so.
I don't think it is.
I need.
Listen,
I think so. I
don't think it is. You got to think about every gamer that's going.
There's too many new people on the
holiday.
How many times have you heard somebody say, "This is my first time buying a Nintendo system in 10 years"?
I've heard that plenty.
You hear it so, dude. They haven't even played Mario Galaxy. This will be a new game for them. This is a brand new game for them.
I'm gonna stop you right there because almost everybody and their damn mama and grandma had it.
If you're think about this,
I'm not believing anybody that's.
What about Sunshine?
Well, time out.
Everybody had it damn way.
If you're 20, no, everybody did. If you're 21 years old, back when the Wii was kicking, you're a kid. You might not have been able to afford it. You might not have been able to get it. Like, if you're 16, let's say you're 16, there's no way you played Sunshine and you played these games. Like,
I'm not talking about Sunshine. I'm talking about the Wii game.
Even Galaxy. If you're 16 years old, dude, Galaxy.
This is why I said Mario 64 is the perfect one because that is so many generations.
I see where Baron's going with this.
What I'm saying is all of them. If they all can, they're all system. All of them combined are system sellers. If you bring out all of them, they're all system sellers.
No, I want a real remake. I don't.
I get what Baron's saying. You want like a full fleshed out, not like a lower, not a lower res, not
no up in resolution. Give me a good. No, I need Mario's
new mechanics.
Rebuilt. I want new levels.
I get what you're saying.
After 999 moves, I need more than like 150 and 64. Honestly,
exactly.
Whoa! Wait a second. I could make the argument that 150 and 64 meant more than actually getting those 99. Like I got bored after getting 100 moons and Odyssey. You got a moon for going in the shop. Come on, dog. It's not. The moves are pointless.
No. Listen, Abaddon. Do you remember when you played 64 and there will be stars that are just on the top of a tower and you just have to climb up like it's just on a spot? That's how.
First of all, as a kid, if you were to go there as a kid playing that for the first time, getting up to the top of those towers when the time wasn't so hard.
Okay,
especially
we're getting off topic.
He's like we're getting away.
We're getting off topic. So let's go to NX Revolution. Donated $5 and he says, listen, you can ask Abaddon. I've been Breath of the Wild 2 for 2020 this entire time. It's definitely possible. Anuma said that they started work back in October 2017. But listen, if people think these Mario games won't be sellers, they got another thing coming. LOL. So
yeah,
that's what
I agree.
I don't think. I'm not saying they're not sellers. I'm saying they're not going to put their holiday. They're not going to lead their holiday lineup with remaster. That's not going to be it.
I don't know.
It might be part of it.
They might.
It might be part of it, but that's not going to be the main.
Yeah, it's got to be the main course. Last year, excluding Pokemon, it was Luigi's Mansion 3.
You can't exclude Pokemon. Why would you exclude Pokemon? That was the game.
It's a first-party game, though.
The year before that, Let's Go was the game then, because Let's Go sold 12 million.
It was Smash. What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay.
It was Pokemon and it was Smash.
Count. All right.
It was Pokemon. Guys, Pokemon is a first-party. Pokemon is a first-party game. It's a first
made by a second party studio. Okay.
It doesn't matter. It's a first party game.
It's a first party game.
It says Nintendo publishes and distributes the game from a first party. It's exclusive. It's a first party game.
I'm just still mad they don't make good games. All right, let's go to the next topic.
Game Freak doesn't make good games. Okay,
anymore.
They don't make.
I don't want to get on.
They don't make. They don't make. Game Freak. No, listen. No, I'll agree. Game Freak doesn't make good games. They're horrible. They're horrible developers. They don't make good games. All right.
I mean,
so moving on.
For a while now.
They're horrible, and people are complete idiots for buying their games too. They're complete idiots unless they're given to them for free. Unless they're given to them and they put like 100 hours into them. So I mean, anyway, moving on to the next topic here. Moving on to the next topic here. Horrible games that people spend 100 hours in, but they're they're idiots for buying it. Have people just give them to you and then rush as fast as you can to play the game. Let's just move on. Next topic here, guys.
Oh man.
Next topic here. We've got
El Realist, you wild and playing Sword every day. Get out of here.
OJ, you need to get. You have a stream deck, right?
that was all fact. Was that not all facts that I said? Everything that I said was facts. Everything that I said was facts.
I got a
OJ,
free code
OJ,
today, and I
you have a
watched
stream
it
deck,
today
OJ?
too.
I agreed with you. I said the games were trash.
That
I
man
literally
said he put in
agreed with you.
100 hours. God.
And I said unless
Maybe
you
more.
get the game given to you,
OJ.
you spend over 100 hours, and then you still complain about. I mean, then it's not. Maybe I don't know. I'm just. It's all
You're supposed
facts.
to make thousands of hours. That's it.
Okay, I'm agreeing with you. That's great. That's
I haven't
great.
even
I'm
picked up the
agreeing
game
with
in 2 months.
That's
3 months.
great. VC, I'm agreeing with
That's
you.
how you
bro.
know a Pokemon game is.
I know they're horrible. I agree. What are you still arguing for? I
I'm
agree.
saying my opinion. You're not saying your opinion.
No,
You
I'm
did,
literally
right?
agreeing with you. Why are you getting upset?
Because you aren't agreeing with me.
I am agreeing. I literally said the games are trash. They're bad.
Okay, great.
I did agree with you. What are you
I'm not
talking
saying much right now. All I'm gonna say is VC.
I ain't wrong. I know you're not. I know that's not how you feel.
Hey, where the L at, bro?
Pull that L out.
Hey, I don't think I deserve an L. All I'm saying is that that's
You got
my
100
opinion.
hours after capping about flat grass and N64 trees for 6 months.
Hey, you know what the
Yeah.
funny part was? You know, nah, you know
We're
what
not
the
getting into this, guys. We're not.
Can we not? Can we not?
Can we not
It'll
get
go
into
on
this?
forever.
It'll go on forever. Can we not get into this?
Of course, that's because I'm being honest. I say how I feel.
You should have brought it up,
I played the
VC.
game,
That's
it was-
fine.
You
I
brought it
did
up.
bring it
though.
up. I did, but
You did.
there's nothing else coming this holiday season.
Okay, VC,
How
we
did
heard
that-
you.
Oh,
Nothing's
VC,
coming.
VC,
Nothing's coming. All right,
Nothing
we
that I
heard
know
you.
of.
VC,
Nothing
if
that
you're wrong, what's gonna happen if you're wrong? What are you gonna say if you're wrong?
Nothing.
You can hold the L book up for one entire P podcast.
You know what
stream.
VC gonna do?
How about that?
You know what
That's
VC
the
gonna do
deal.
when
That's
he's
the
wrong?
deal.
You know what VC gonna do when he's wrong? Not if.
I'll
when
come
he's
back
wrong,
to the P podcast.
he's
that
gonna put
night.
100 more hours in Pokemon.
that makes no sense. That makes no sense. I would have already piped the
VC, man, we love you, man, but
Oh,
you
I
gotta
know, but I just have some
Yeah,
hot
man.
takes and some honest things that people think is delusional, and I understand.
didn't
I
say-
do.
VC, I
Bro,
think you're delusional.
I literally agree with you. He said you're not
I'm
agreeing with me.
crazy. I know I am. But that's not the point.
Yeah,
I agree with
Crazy.
everything you said. I literally agree with everything you said, bro.
But was it honest?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
honest.
It was honest.
Silly, but honest.
I agree
But
with
did you
everything
beat
you
the
said. That it was honest.
I guarantee
So you
you,
didn't-
VC
Look.
already pre-ordered that Pokemon DLC on both sides.
I
Did
don't
you?
even have
Order.
DLC. I don't even have that pre-order or anything.
Okay.
Don't worry, he's just gonna wait for somebody to give it to him. All right, so let's just.
Huge. Ooh.
All right.
Hey,
I'm joking.
what?
Oh my goodness.
Wait, hold on. The
This
pieces are
is
trash. What's going on?
roast.
Damn, you getting hammered right
Am
now.
I here? Yo, wait, hold on. I was getting hammered by you guys, and then PC is like crashing. What's going on? Are y'all here?
Yeah, your PC, it's stuck. I think your PC got hit with the
Am I
blast,
back?
bro.
Oh man, he's
Am I back?
frozen. Look at that face.
I'm laughing. I know the face is like a laughing
Turn your
face.
camera on and or off and on. Try that.
Even your PC know your ass lying.
The PC's like, let me stop this man.
The PC put a stop to this.
PC, let me stop this nonsense right now. I gotta hear this bullshit all day, every day. And this man
yo,
this big Pokemon game right next to me every day. I
Yo,
wanna
his
get-
PC
I
gave.
don't want to hear it.
Hey, his PC gave him an L, bro. His PC gave him.
He gave him the L.
Oh my god, I'm dead,
Oh
dude.
man,
That's funny.
Oh man.
that was hilarious.
Damn, he won't even come back on the screen. She said, not today, dog. You've been capping for a whole year. Not today, dog. Not today.
Great.
Oh man, That was
Oh
brilliant.
man, bro,
that
come
was
on.
absolutely.
I feel bad right now, bro. Not I'm feeling a little bit. I feel a little
Especially
bit bad
'cause-
right now.
Yo,
Yeah,
you
it's
torched
bodied
him, dog.
I kind of torched the hell out of it.
Definitely roasted. Roasted.
No, PC deserved. Did VC deserve that role?
I don't think he did, to be honest, bro.
No, we still love VC.
Oh, absolutely.
He'll be alright.
I don't think. I'm not sure if he deserved. Not
VC,
sure.
VC, man.
At least he didn't deserve that last part. I was thinking of contemplating. I was like, I'm gonna say it.
Yo, OJ went Johnny
The last part
Storm.
was pushing.
Oh man, but anyway.
OJ, man.
Gunslinger says, "I don't feel bad."
Oh yeah,
Gunslinger though. He's exactly his name says. He's Gunslinger.
Gunslinger savage.
Yeah, Gunslinger goes straight for he's just
You
direct.
see what Gunslinger be doing on Twitter? That man don't give a damn.
Oh yeah, Gunslinger don't care. Gunslinger he just aims straight for the head, bro.
Am I finally back?
You
Yo,
back?
yes. Yes.
All right. All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna use my first curse word tonight. Fuck anyone that thinks otherwise. Sword and Shield is actually fucking trash.
Oh man.
It is. I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. I put the time in. I tried it. It's garbage.
Okay, we all agree with you.
Just watched a video.
It's
More
horrible.
hours than I did though.
Bruh,
my
hours
God.
don't mean
It's-
shit if the game is shit.
It's horrible.
Oh
I
my
agree with you.
God.
The game's horrible.
Oh my god. Y'all touched that boy's soul today.
Nah, it's the chat mainly. Not
Y'all
you
done
guys.
hit that. Y'all done hit that feeling line today, boy. He ain't having it.
That's because the game is actually trash.
But
And you were in your feelings, Baron, before you were going.
I don't think anybody.
Sony is trash.
Hey, wait, hold up, VC, calm down, bro. You getting a little loopy right now, bro. Listen.
It is
A little loopy.
You're a little loopy right now. Listen. I don't think anybody cares that you don't like it. It was the circumstances that was surrounding it. That was the
Listen, even Hunter was like, "Yo, you got a free code today. Awesome. Yeah, if
Look-
someone gives you a free code, I'm playing the game. End the story." And like,
all
bruh,
right, VC, we know the
you
story,
can-
bro. We
you can give me a
know.
code for-
We already know the story, bro.
VC, you not on trial, dude. Yo, VC, you not on trial, my dude.
Yeah,
You not
exactly.
on
You're not on trial. You're not on trial,
Phoenix
bro.
Wright, what are you talking
This
about?
ain't
I'm on
forensic
trial right
files.
now.
You know, you ain't gonna get 25 to life.
Look,
This
VC,
one
I'll
here.
put it to you like this. I trust you as much as I trust Tekashi 6ix9ine, man. You know what I mean?
Tekashi 6ix9ine, a lot of people trust him, so I don't know how you feel, but a lot of people feel him.
Can we stop, bro? Can we move on, please? We need to move on. We need to.
Baron will keep it going.
Nobody can.
Oh, my
Tekashi
God.
6ix9ine. I don't agree with that joke, man.
Hey, keep flat face for him. Think about that.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that joke.
Oh, and by the
Oh,
way, Mage should probably be deleted because he was asking me for sexual favors.
Who?
Whoa.
What is going on?
Wait.
I don't want to hear him say anything about it.
Wait, who?
No, I'd rather not hear anything from Mage.
Wait, hold
I'd
up.
rather hear a single thing about him.
In the chat?
Oh
Who?
my god, what is going on?
Wait,
If
hold
he's
up.
Gotta cry. Mage is crying right now about to leave.
Whoa, calm
on
down.
the
Wait,
wall.
VC,
Wait,
calm down,
Whoa,
bro.
VC, whoa.
Calm down, bro.
Got
Calm
the fire.
down.
So
Let's
mad
go.
right
Why
Yeah,
you so
Ethan
just
R.
chill,
Yeah,
bro?
This ain't no OnlyFans. I don't know what he's thinking.
Whoa, VC, calm down, bro.
I got the fire. I dropped that heat.
Calm,
New album
BC,
coming out
calm
in a few
down,
hours, actually.
bruh.
So y'all better be ready.
Bro, calm down,
Oh, what the hell's going on?
chill.
Fire.
Fellas, it's been a
Chill.
good night.
We done went left.
Extinguishing.
Chill. There ain't no
Extinguishing. Let's
sexual
go.
favors going on here. Let's talk about Resident.
I think-
Let's talk about Resident Evil 3 being a little bit disappointing.
Out, you get the joke.
Let's talk
No,
about that. Let's-
I'm VC,
Even with the
man.
$5 super chat.
yeah, let's get some
Yeah,
donations
Blue
right now.
Silver. Get him. I
Wait,
got him.
VC,
Let's go.
just a
Let's
second,
go.
VC. Let me read these off. So Ethan R donated $1.99 through Super Chat and says, "You get what you get, and you don't get upset." Okay. Aiden Quinn donated
Is my
$5.
screen
Says,
on, by the way? My camera's still on? On my end,
No,
it's
your
your
camera's
camera's-
still spinning.
"You're blocked."
still spinning. All right, hold on. I'll be right back in a second. Let me try that again.
Alright.
Okay. Aiden
Wow.
Quinn donated $5 and says, "Sad, my most anticipated movie got delayed, The Last of Us 2." So,
Damn.
That was funny.
all right.
Go
So
away.
Resident Evil
Go
3
away,
was
man.
kind of disappointing.
I guess I'll just keep my profile.
Yeah, apparently the reviews.
Apparently
are much
the
lower.
reviews are kind of going to where this game is getting like in the low 80s right now.
I
on Metacritic.
actually can I actually speak on that?
Yes,
Go
please,
for it.
please speak on it.
Yeah,
It's 80 right now. The Metacritic it's at 80
That's
for the
low.
game.
I'm gonna say this right now. Y'all heard me say this before, especially on Metacritic. Yo, if you're interested in Resident Evil 3, go play the game for yourself and make your own judgment. Do not base your judgment on what anyone says right now.
I agree with you.
Because number one, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of misinformation out there. Like there's people say there's only 5 hours worth of gameplay, but that depends on what certain modes you play if you skip through the finish and everything. That's number one. Number two, with Resident Evil 3, yes, there's a lot of content removed, but there's also a lot of content added. Kind of in the same boat as go ahead, Barry, roast me for this, but FF7 Remake. In a sense, it's a reimagining. it's a reimagining. Reimagined games don't follow the same story back to back. It's not a one-to-one remake. So if you know that you're getting a reimagining product, then you expect reimagined results. That's what the case is. A lot of people went in this expecting Resident Evil 3 back to back from 1-to-1, and that's just not what they got. So I would say go play the game for yourself. And if you could make a judgment from there and you feel the same for what the reviewer said, then cool. But I'm more interested in seeing how that user review score is going to be afterwards and what people really think about it after the fact.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute, y'all.
Okay, Barrett. Let's use the other side of the coin. Barrett, you know how we both agreed that there were people who were upping the scores for Death Stranding. That people were making sure Death Stranding got good reviews. We can agree on that, right?
Perfect scores.
So the inverse of that could be true. If people they could do it for good scores, they could do it for bad scores too.
Okay, but let me ask you a question: is this game worth $60 when we know good and well that it's going to be bargain bin like in a little bit?
That's well. I would say you could say that for almost any PlayStation game.
Yeah, but this one in particular is like super like we're talking like I bought Resident Evil 2, which is a better rated game, which got Game of the Year nomination, nods. That was, we're talking like 2 months later, it was $40 or $30. And then like a couple months after that, it was $30. And then Black Friday, it was $20. And then after Black Friday, it was $15.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would say.
So like the depreciation of a game that was much better, like should we be telling people to go out there spend $60 on it when we all know what's going to happen? Would you give that same advice to somebody like for like
I would say because it's a much lower grade investment. I would say, since it's for your entertainment and your hobby purposes, I would say if you enjoy Resident Evil products, you enjoy the Resident Evil franchise, play the game for yourself. And that's why I would say, because that's a school I grew up in. I grew up and played the game for
Wouldn't
yourself.
You say, like, maybe wait to play the game so you can get it at a better price, considering what's going on?
I would say...
You would tell them to go out there and just get it?
I would say if you want to get it, if you want to play it now, sure. If you want to play it now, if you want to wait. But if you want to play the game now, you want to know how the game is for yourself. If you want to test the waters for yourself, go out and do it. I'm encouraging people to go out and spend what you want to spend for. It's like what reviews do have a place. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, what's good?
Go. I'm letting you finish, man.
We're ready. Finish up.
So basically, reviews do have their place. But at the same time, I will say you should still honor your own gut feeling and see for yourself, should I go ahead and buy this game? There are games that may not review the best, but I went out and buying them anyway. Like, I'll give you one game that I bought at full price. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yo, I was just about to say.
Oh,
man,
my God.
Perfect
but
example.
how many hours of gameplay?
How many hours of gameplay, though, do you have in that game? You got way more hours of gameplay.
Did that game give you?
Depending, that was more of a fun game.
Multiplayer.
That was a fun game. I think I got like 35, 40 hours in that game.
That's a lot more than Resident
That's
Evil.
way more.
Yeah.
But that's depending on what's being done with the game. That's why I'm saying people who are reviewing, there are people who just review bomb, depending on what it is.
This isn't a review bomb though.
This is press reviews.
It's press reviews.
So we can't. So we could say. I would say, because I'm saying I know people who actually play the game and it's like their difference. And I'm saying if we could say that people were cheating reviews for Death Stranding when it's in Death Stranding's favor, why can't we say the same for Resident Evil when it's not Resident Evil's favor?
Well, the thing with this game, I think, in Resident Evil, everyone's saying that the game is actually good. It's not. It's not a bad score. The problem is that the time that it takes is that there's not enough value there. And then on top of that, you combine that with last year with the game dropping in price very quickly for a game that was rated better. So
but that's the God. The same thing happened to God of War. Even.
But God of War was extremely.
That gives you
more, and it was rated way higher too.
Yeah, God of War. I'm saying that's the thing on these PlayStation exclusives. These high big PlayStation games. Resident Evil 3 is on Xbox or PlayStation only.
It's Xbox and PC.
It's on everything.
It's on everything. Thank you.
Everything but Switch.
Okay.
Yeah, everything but that.
So
I don't know. There's a rumor for that too.
It's not.
But yeah,
Capcom.
It's Capcom. These games are like Nintendo games. They're the only ones who have the high. They stay the same price. Everyone else drops in price. Nintendo's games are the only games that stay the same price.
This one drops like Resident Evil 2 dropped like shockingly quick. Devil May Cry did as well. Devil May Cry was on Game Pass by the summer. Like it was like
that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, like it's I think I have a little bit of a civic duty because I bought those. I spent $120 on those 2 games. Okay, and I'm in a different position than a lot of these consumers out here, right? You know, I can write things off. Obviously, it's different from how I do things.
It's also your job.
It's my job as well. Whereas consumers, they're sitting there, they go out there, they buy Devil May Cry, $60. They go out there, they buy Resident Evil, and then 2 months later, which they couldn't wait because they all have backlogs, because we all do, you know.
Yep.
They get discounted, and they're like, you don't know how many people
I said about Doom Eternal.
You don't know how many people were like, wait a minute.
Nope. I disagree.
Wait a minute.
We can get into that later.
We can talk about that later. But
yeah,
people are like, wait a minute, I just bought these, and now it's on Game Pass, and now it's $30. Like, I could have saved that money. I could have bought this, or I could have bought that. And these are big fans of Resident Evil as well. Now, don't get me wrong. There are people that are rush out there, go get it. But I think that you definitely need to make sure that you let people know, like, hey, these games discount quickly. Capcom does deals with Microsoft for Game Pass. Like, these are the things that they don't tell you. You know what I'm saying? But you should definitely let people know about, you know? Like, yeah. I just personally think that. Because I spent $120 on this stuff. And if I would have just waited a couple months, I could have bought a box of Pop-Tarts and got Game Pass for a box of Pop-Tarts with Master Chief on the cover and played Devil May Cry 5 and realized that I don't like it, right? And then I also could have got Resident Evil 2 Remake for $15.
You got Master Chief on the cover of your Pop-Tarts?
Yeah, there's Master Chief. They were doing a promotion last year where pretty much throughout most of the year where you can buy a box of Pop-Tarts and you get 1 week free of Game Pass.
Well, I just want to say that because a lot of people gaming resumes being revealed over this situation. I think I could tell a lot of people didn't play Resident.
Wait, you break it up.
Did you say 2, like the remake?
No, I can tell a lot of people didn't play Resident Evil Nemesis when it first came out on PlayStation.
Oh, for you. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because that was not a better game than Resident Evil 2. And anybody back then will tell you it wasn't a better game than Resident Evil 2. So I'm not really sure why people expectation levels were kind of so high. Maybe because they was remaking it, I guess.
Yeah, it's a remake.
But the thing is, the story was really going to stay the same. The concept was kind of really going to stay the same. Nemesis was kind of mixed back then when it first came out. So it got a mixed critic kind of review when it first came out back then on the PlayStation. So when I seen this, I wasn't really surprised if they was going to try to keep it as close to the old formula as possible, but just tweak some things around. But then I heard about the length of it, which is really ridiculous. But yeah, this is why the cream of the crop in Resident Evil, you always hear about 2 and 4. There's a reason for that. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis wasn't just great experience. It was just pretty much a decent game.
I hated that game on the GameCube, to be honest.
Which one? Which one?
It's kind of a history lesson for some of y'all, because I could tell a lot of y'all started gaming on 360, but the people who've been gaming before then, they know Resident Evil 3 Nemesis was not that great of a Resident Evil game.
That's why I wasn't as hyped about it. I played Resident Evil 2 back when it first came out on the PS1 at my local mom and pop shop. And it was a new, like, nobody had ever played a game like that, right? It was something completely, I mean, Resident Evil 1 came out, but then Resident Evil 2 just took it to the next level, right? So that was my first one. I didn't play Resident Evil 1 first. I played Resident Evil 2 first, then I went back and played Resident Evil 1 when I didn't have enough money to get the game, so I had to rent them. Yeah, I really, Resident Evil 2 was crazy, but then when Resident Evil 3 came out, I didn't play it right away, but I played it on the GameCube, and I absolutely hated that game. I thought it was horrible. Yeah. I thought it was, other people liked it, but I thought I just sucked because I sucked at the game. So I was like, okay, well, maybe the game's not bad. No. Maybe I just suck. That's what my thought process was, but I hate it.
No, you didn't suck. That's kind of why
I did kind of suck at the game.
This is why kind of Resident Evil took that sharp shift and turn after 3. because 3 wasn't really received. It wasn't received as great as 2 at all. So that's why I took that major shift. You know what I mean? After that point, and got lost for a while before they refound themselves. You know, Code Veronica was mildly successful. You know what I mean? And then they finally got to 4. You know what I'm saying? So Resident Evil 3 wasn't that great, people. So a lot of people was really expecting this high caliber on par Resident Evil 2 experience when 3 was never that game. It was just never that game. So
it seems like
I'm not surprised.
It seems like 3 is a polarizing game. Like either you love it or you hate it.
Yeah. That much I would agree with.
Yeah. But my thoughts on it is I think it's getting lower ratings than Resident Evil 2 Remake because the length of the campaign is shorter. And I think that's actually why they added multiplayer. It's because they wanted to make up for the fact that the campaign was shorter than the second. Mm-hmm. That's just what I think. Yeah.
Joe looks great though in the game. I like the look.
Oh, yeah. The graphics are amazing.
The graphics are
I mean the graphics were great. I mean it's kind of like the same thing all over again. First seen Resident Evil back then, we was like, oh, this looks pretty great because you know you had all them F&B full motion videos back then. And he was like, oh, this looks crazy. Then you play it, it's like, oh no, it's not that great.
Yeah.
This is why 2 stands out so much, and this is why 4 stands out so much. This is why you have people that hate the love-hate relationship for Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, and you have a love-hate relationship for Code Veronica. There's a reason for that, people. I mean, Resident Evil been through its ups and downs. You know what I mean? So
that's true.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up unless you guys have another topic. I think VC you suggested something in the chat.
I wanted to mention Xbox and how Microsoft is saying they like their partnership with Nintendo, but they don't like how people may not be considering buying their consoles now because of it, and how people are also just begging them to put games on the Switch now.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about Did you hear about that, Barry?
Where did they say that at?
It happened today. Yep.
Phil Spencer. I think was it Phil Spencer? BC. I think it was Phil Spencer, right? He was like he wasn't like too like crazy about people.
Too fond about it.
Too fond about everyone just saying whenever are you gonna release it on Switch? Are you gonna release it on other systems?
Where's Rare Replay? Where's Halo 1 through 3?
Yeah. He wasn't too fond about that because at the end of the day, if you guys don't think that Microsoft is trying to compete, y'all don't know. Y'all don't
hey, but let the morons tell you, Microsoft ain't trying to compete. They just made the most powerful console for next gen for no damn reason. You know what I mean? They launch it with their biggest franchise for their new console for no damn reason because they're not trying to compete. That's a load of crap.
Yeah, it was a load. And I never try when people sit there and say Microsoft, isn't trying to compete and stuff like that. I think Microsoft is trying to get people into their ecosystem. Yes, they might do some other things here and there, but are they going to dump all their games on PS4 and Switch? No.
All I'm saying is Xbox 360 generation, original Xbox generation. Don't worry about Xbox One and Series X generation games. Keep those for your current consoles. All the old stuff. Just give us the old stuff.
Why?
All the old stuff. Why? Why not? People will pay for it. Xbox must not like money.
Why can't they buy it on Xbox though?
Because people don't want to buy an Xbox.
Yeah, obviously. They do. Xbox.
Look at the numbers.
Okay, Xbox.
You know the numbers.
No, I know the numbers.
Xbox One, but that's definitely going to change.
You don't think that's going to change with Series X?
It's definitely going to change Series X. It's already a done deal at this point.
Especially with how Sony's been lately. Yeah,
Sony's been.
It's a done deal at this point.
It's going to be more of Sony isn't going to wash Microsoft like they washed them before.
That's definitely not happening.
Yeah, no, Sony is going to get washed this time.
I don't know if they're going to get. No, they're not going to get washed.
I don't think
Sunshine.
So. No, what you think? What you think gonna happen to them?
It's going to be. It's like let's just put out a number here. Okay, so there was
third place.
100. There was
right now.
I'm
third place.
I'm gonna put up a little number. I think this last generation it was 100 and like what 110 million PS4s to 50 something million Xboxes. I think it's going to be more in line with what we saw in the 7th generation, where it's more of like maybe like a 70, 80, something like that. It's going to be more of a split.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more of a split.
You got too many people. You got too many people set too many high expectations. Too many bars were set that were realistically not going to be met. But you can tell these rabid idiots that, you know what I mean? They're pulling out of stuff. They're delaying games after delaying them and delaying them again. And the console is not meeting the power that people wanted to meet when it comes to the Series X. Then you got the Series X showing you games that's going to be on the Series X. Meanwhile, Sony ain't showed you nothing.
They ain't showed
So we're in April and counting down, and this COVID thing is also taking effect too. So I just don't see it.
They're gonna have maybe like Ratchet and Clank ready for launch.
It said Ratchet and Clank.
What? Ratchet and Clank's good.
Ain't nobody buying no PS5 for no damn Ratchet.
You'll be surprised. I think Insomniac's going to do a good
job.
No,
I won't, because the PS3 didn't surprise me how it fared. So, no. Out the gate, no.
Ratchet and Clank is a better launch title than Knack and Killzone Shadowfall, I'll tell you that.
Knack.
Hey, that you comparing I'm not even gonna say it, but you comparing two things that's pretty much almost similar. So it doesn't matter.
I'm just saying, Ratchet and Clank. If I was to launch a system, yes, Ratchet and Clank isn't the biggest, launch title, but they're gonna have The Last of Us. They're gonna have people are gonna buy The Last of Us on PS5. That's gonna be something that like The Last of Us. They're gonna have that. They're gonna have cross-gen games, right? They're gonna have games that are gonna be enhanced on PS5. Even if it's so, like, they're gonna have the backwards compatibility there to help out. I think people are gonna finally I think it's gonna be pretty good if they launch with Ratchet and Clank and they launch with like a Horizon or like something like that. I think that's gonna be pretty good.
Well, here's my question to you: when the last few systems came out, being the Wii, Xbox One, and the PS4, around this time.
Wait, the Wii? You sure you mean the Wii U?
I mean the Wii U. Wii U. You know, man.
Well, I know. Most people here don't know because they didn't have
Wii U,
the
PS4, and Xbox One.
Yeah, that's facts.
Around this time, we got some information on almost all those consoles, and somebody made a fatal mistake around this same exact time during the same time frame, and they never recovered. They never recovered.
Nintendo with the Wii U, right?
Not just Nintendo, but Microsoft. Once that DRM crap got out, and then they showed that price at E3, they never recovered.
E3 was the fatal mistake. So Sony, they haven't made a fatal mistake just yet.
I don't know, dog. A lot of people are still upset about the 9.2 T flips.
Listen. Listen. Let me tell you something. Sony's audience does not care about that. They just want to play. They just want to have a PlayStation controller in their hand.
All right.
Most of Sony's audience, they're gonna, dude. The hardcore Sony fans gonna go out there and buy. Like I said, it's gonna be more of a tilt though.
Hardcore are, but you gotta understand they got so much of that crowd that was on 360 last.
What did I say though, Baron? It's gonna be more of a tilt like it was in the 7th generation. It's not gonna be a wash.
I don't think so, because you have more people. I think you have more people gaming on Nintendo more than you had on the Wii, as far as the core audience and the people who play more.
I can see that.
But many people see the Wii.
On the Switch, my bad. On the Switch,
they see it as secondary though, because Switch isn't gonna get.
You know what I mean? But here's the thing: I hate when people say that, because, including myself and a lot of people I meet, the Switch is not secondary; it's their primary, and the other ones are second. So it's like. I can't see it unless I see a software lineup by the fall. Unless they give me a roadmap. I'm gonna say it like this: unless they give me a roadmap of software on the PS5 that I can visually see with my two damn eyes that have firm release dates by the fall, I don't see them regaining the momentum they lost. I don't. I think it's in third place they go. You have to start hot. If you don't start hot, you ain't gonna finish strong.
All right, well, how about this? DJ Ashley has a question for you, Baron. Does Baron like any video games?
Great question.
So only Sony make video games?
No. He's asking in general what video games you like.
Because the only things I hate that said I didn't like.
You've been hating all night, man. That's what he's trying to say.
All night, every PE.
So basically, they're saying only Sony make good.
No, he's basically talking about you.
He just asked, does Baron like any
He
game?
just wants to know what games.
General question.
List them out.
Oh, you know what video game I like? 10. Do you know what video game I like?
What do you like, man?
Excluding Astral Chain.
That Bayonetta 3 that's coming out this fall.
It's not coming this fall, and it's not a holiday title. And if it does come this fall, it's not the holiday title.
What, Bayonetta? Bayonetta's definitely coming this year.
Bummer. Yeah,
I'm saying if it is coming, it's not a holiday title.
Oh, it's gonna be a holiday-ish title. It's gonna be an October.
It's gonna be there. And
Bayonetta coming out around Halloween.
It's gonna be Halloweenish.
done.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Halloween.
Halloweenish for Bayonetta 3.
I mean, if Bayonetta could
I would love to
be
play Bayonetta
Halloween, could be a Halloween title, then you can't exclude it from being a holiday title because Mario Odyssey came out in October as well.
Yeah,
that's
Yep.
that's true.
And so did
October.
Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion came out at the very end of October.
Yeah, right on
Halloween.
I mean, I think Nintendo really kind of sees like holiday titles. I think they see Animal Crossing as a holiday title. And that's gonna sell huge in the holiday too.
Oh my god!
You know, they see everything. They see the whole damn catalog as a holiday title, man. They sell everything.
That's why there's the window of 2020 for No More Heroes and Bayonetta.
I think with what
No
they're
More
doing,
Heroes will be out in the fall. Bayonetta will be out around Halloween. Whatever Nintendo got up their sleeve that they ain't showed us is coming out yet, it will come out in November and August, in August/September. So that's
So what's the holiday title, guys? What is
I already told you. I think it's
We
Mario
don't-
Kart.
I
don't know why we're going over this.
I don't know.
So why are we going over this?
because
we
there
told you
isn't
already.
any that we know of.
Arms too, baby.
It's hard to even discuss.
Arms
Arms
too.
Yo,
Big
deadass.
holiday, baby.
Yo, I think that's possible.
No
honestly.
Arms
Speaking of
too,
arms,
really?
who's the arms rep that we're all expecting for Smash? Twintel's possible, Min Min's possible, but what if I mentioned that there is a possible leak that could come true?
And guess what? Your leak is wrong.
Hey, you're
It's either
probably
gonna be
right.
Either it's going to be Twintail or Ribbon Girl. The end.
Ribbon Girl
Or
Min
Min Min.
Min is the popular
Or
Or
one.
Min
Min Min.
The
Gotta
end.
be.
Or Min Min.
It's gonna be those three: Min Min, Twintel, or Ribbon Girl.
Can't forget Mechanica. Sakurai likes those weird characters.
We already got enough weird characters.
Nah,
I'm thinking,
he loves the
but
weird
when
characters.
but to kick off a DLC package, Sakurai usually starts off strong because they kick off the last DLC package. He used Joker, who's a very intuitive character. So if you were talking being intuitive, it's really gonna be between Ribbon Girl and Twintel, not even Min Min. I would say Min Min for my choice.
Min Min ain't
Min
making.
Min's gonna be in there.
Min Min's
Ribbon Girl is singing the bars. She
Not only that,
has the,
not only
she
that,
has the
she's-
front line to the game.
She's S tier in the
Twintel-
game
She
as
ain't
well.
Beyonce. She Kelly Rowland. What?
And Twintail and it's like Twintail is like Beyonce.
I like Kelly.
Ribbon
by
Girl
the
is
way.
like Taylor Swift.
about to
You know what I
say,
mean?
it's
I like Kelly.
I
They
didn't
kinda
mention
neck
the
and
other
neck.
one. I didn't mention the other one.
I like Kelly. I like Kelly personally. I like her.
Ribbon Girl is S tier in that game though, and is along with Twintel, like those two like S tier in that game. So that's why those are the top two in my opinion.
Matthew Hammond donated $3 and says, "Switch
Matthew's
brought
a hope.
people back to the to console gaming. Sony versus Microsoft next gen are fighting for second place."
Facts. Matthew
Well, I
with
mean,
the
that's true,
facts. Let's
too.
go.
I don't. You got to understand. Nintendo had this. They've been keeping up with this saying ever since they had the Switch started. They said they learned from the Wii U, and they're going to continue their momentum throughout every year of the Switch. They're not going to slow it down, and they lived up to that every year so far. So if you really think Mario Remasters or whatever the hell he said, Oninaki 2 is going to be the holiday. You're going to be
Yo, you're hype for
retarded.
Oninaki 2. Oninaki
You're
2 would be
retarded.
lit.
That's not
Get
going
out
to
of
be
here.
Who said Oninaki too?
That ain't the holiday title for sure, but I'd be hype. I'd cop
right.
it, physical
You are
copy,
retarded.
import it. Bro,
gotta
play
understand-
Where did you get
Play
Oninaki?
Oninaki,
Wait, who
bro.
said Oninaki too though?
Yo, OJ, you know
The Wii U still haunts them. They will not
They're-
stop this momentum train they're
Oh my
on.
God,
They're
that's
not gonna
amazing.
Stop it.
Oninaki
Super Mario
2.
Party 2 is the game I said, not Oninaki 2.
Oh, okay. Super Mario Party 2.
I don't know where you got Oninaki came from, but
It's a-
Oninaki's a good game. I don't hear any Oninaki slander
No,
unless
check
you
this out.
play the game.
I am Setsuna 3. I am Setsuna 3 coming out this holiday. Big game, baby.
Bro.
There's not even an I am
that's
Setsuna 2. We're just going
We're gonna
straight
get a
to
Lost
3,
People-
baby.
We're gonna
That's
get
a
a
holiday banger right there.
That's a
You know
holiday
what
banger. It's a holiday banger.
what
30
game,
frames per second on the Switch, by the way. 60 frames
Oh,
per
yeah.
second on
Game
PS4.
we didn't talk about, but it could be a possibility now that I think about it.
Pikmin 4.
SMT 5.
Bro, that's not happening.
No, it's not. It is definitely not.
Shin Megami Tensei 5
Scrambled.
it could come out
Persona
this year.
Scrambled Local.
I don't think so.
How long ago that game got announced?
Like 3 years. ago.
2017. But the thing
Yeah.
about it, here's the thing. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something about
Atlas does take their sweet ass time.
Atlas
but
takes
yeah.
forever, and the game didn't enter full production until 2018. So it was announced too early. So the game is actually on track, right? So if it takes, let's just say 2 to 3 years to make a good game, it's actually right on track. But the problem was that it was announced in 2017, and the full production didn't start until
2017 too.
It was announced in January, but they didn't start full production until the end of 2018. And then we heard about that in 2019. So then everyone's thinking, wait a minute, they just started production now? But no, they started production at the end of 2018. So it's going on 2 years of full production. So it might take they might get it done this year, or it's going to be next year. So
I think we'll see it at least.
That's a perfect example of announcing a game way too.
I agree. It was announced way too early. But you know what? At the same time, Atlas always does this. They did this with Persona 5
Atlas,
too.
man.
Atlas. They do this, you know? The RBM Venom says donated $1.99. Thank you. And he says, shout outs to the PE podcast. Get him, Baron.
Yeah, that's why I had to get them fools.
Oh man, Baron, you're I'm glad that you actually joined us tonight. You were actually quite funny. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, guys.
Any questions? What we got? Exit questions?
Yeah, we can do some questions. Yeah, sure. If you got
fire away with the questions.
Should we do questions?
Yeah, do questions because I got the answer because I got all the gospel.
So we'll do questions. We'll do questions for 10 minutes. That is the extent that I will do questions in this situation. Because the questions are just kind of really weird. They come out really weird whenever we do questions here. So we'll do questions for 10 minutes. Maybe 10. 5 to 10 minutes. Matthew Hammond donated $1 and said Super Mario RPG 2 announced on June Direct. Square and Nintendo are back. That's what he thinks might happen.
That'd be good.
That'd be cool. I wouldn't care about that.
Dude, did you play Mario RPG? What?
I played a little bit of it. I never finished it.
That game's awesome.
I didn't say it was bad. I just never finished it.
Okay, yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good. Let's see here. Let me read off some more comments. Metroid Spring 2021. Percy Jackson is saying.
No, too soon.
No, that game just
Holiday 2022.
There's a question right there from Xeno Emblem.
Okay, is VC gonna spend another 100 hours in Pokemon Sword and Shield when the expansion pass gets
there
released?
ain't even 100 hours in that expansion in both of them. The reason why it took me so long to get that many hours.
How do you know though?
Reading and making eggs.
How do you know?
Don't ask him.
Because
Don't ask him any questions, Baron. Just let him speak and
Listen,
nobody say anything afterwards, please, just so we can get to these questions.
Just
let him speak.
Let me speak, and then when you hear the gibberish that you feel is gibberish come out of my mouth, then laugh accordingly. Or
No, we're not. I'm not laughing at anything. I'm gonna move on to the next question. Slayer says, "Would you like to see more Final Fantasy games come to Switch, 1 through 6, or spin-offs like Final Fantasy Tactics?" Tactics, absolutely, yes.
Do a remake of 6.
6.
You know what I want?
Ooh, that would be fire.
Do y'all know what I want?
Take 15
on
years.
on everything. You know what I want?
What's up?
I just want another Final Fantasy Crystal Bearer. That's all I want.
Crystal, that game? You like that game?
Yeah, I like that game. The Crystal Bearers. I like that game.
That game was
trash.
That game was kind of wonky.
Yeah, the Crystal Bearer.
It had a good premise though, but I don't know. I didn't really like it too much. It seems like they were trying to weify it way too much, you know?
Joshua Tobar says, Baron, are the Sony ponies sipping on their Jim Ryan sippy cups, running in circles because The Last of Us 2 is delayed?
Of course they run in circles. Just go on Twitter and look at they make. Just look at the excuses. You know what I mean? It's so funny. They trash Nintendo and Nintendo fans, but they pull in a quote from a Nintendo developer about why The Last of Us 2 got delayed. That's hilarious.
Ironic? It's ironic.
And then when you say it's a Nintendo developer, they just block you.
That is hilarious to me. It makes no sense. None.
Tanariku has a question and says, is Splatoon 3 happening on Switch or does a spin-off make more sense? Random, I know.
I think Splatoon 3 could be a holiday title. I think Splatoon comes out quicker than people. That's how I feel.
Like holiday this year?
Yeah, I think that's a potential holiday title.
Oh, man.
To be honest,
man.
I could agree with that.
What?
You can agree with that, but not.
No, think about it. Because in the middle of last year, they stopped the Splatfest. And they probably already been working on the game for a year prior to that. And they're probably using the same engine, just up-resing the quality. Come on. That's more likely.
I really want them
Breath
to
of the Wild 2, they're completely changing the schematics of the game. There's elements to Breath of the Wild where it's like the weather, climbing, all the weapon breaking. They may change that. They may add temples for me now. We don't know what's happening.
Ooh, I hope they do.
Like, a lot of things are possible with the Breath of the Wild 2 remake. Splatoon 3 would just basically be what happened at the end of the last Splatfest as the new game. That's what they usually do. That's what they did after the first Splatoon.
I think they could take it even to a bigger level. I think they need to up the player count because that's
6 on 6. I think it'd be good.
The Switch can definitely handle way more than that. I think their graphics designers are amazing, great character models. I just want to see them push themselves forward. Now that they're used to working in HD by now, so I want to see how far they can push that.
Okay, but are we really going to see a Splatoon 3 before a Mario Kart 9? Like, that would be pretty wild.
Yeah,
that's why I said Mario Kart 9 is my pick for this holiday.
Okay, I could see that.
The game came out in 2014.
It's a good year for the. It's a good year for the plumber. Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
It might be. It's a good year for the plumber.
They were talking about the ports and remasters as well as Paper Mario. They were not explicitly talking about Mario Kart.
No, I know, but I'm just saying it's a good year for Mario.
The wide range of the good year to plumber.
Mario Kart is part of Mario.
They say Super Smash Bros is part of Mario too.
No, they don't.
All those
that's
games.
Different.
Yeah,
no, that's not. That's not the same as Mario.
Smash Bros is not part
of Nintendo's website. Go on Nintendo's website.
No, I'm talking about the title. The title says Mario Kart. It doesn't say Mario Smash
I wish
Brothers.
I was kidding. They put that with the Mario games. That's why I'm saying that. I'm not saying because it's my opinion.
Okay, that's
fine. Well, no,
Mario's
put that
in
with
there.
Do they put that with the Mario games or the Nintendo first party games?
Mario games.
No, because it's any game that
last time I checked.
But that's like VC. That's not the point. It's the point that it's Mario Kart. The name Mario's in the freaking title.
Mario's in the name, but that doesn't mean never gonna get
Mario
Kart potentially. I'm still holding my belief.
I know, but to try to discredit me saying, "Oh well, Mario," even though it's still Mario, it's Mario Kart. It's the name Mario Kart. Plumber can mean Mario.
Yeah, or Luigi. Luigi's a plumber.
Mario, the plumber. Well, wait, was
Luigi was last year.
Okay. Well, let me read off this question from Wolf Everett says, "Is there any chance that Microsoft aims for sub $400.99 or $499.99 to undercut Sony's PS5? Phil Spencer did say that he doesn't want to be beaten on hardware price like it was with the Xbox.
Okay, I saw.
What was the question again? You was breaking up a little.
If he's asking, well, is there any way that they undercut with the Xbox Series X? Because they are going to undercut them with the cheaper console. But he's talking with the Series X. Will they undercut $400.99? $499 basically to undercut Sony's PS5. But he's assuming that PS5 is $500, which is so his problem's kind of jank.
Oh, what was
his question's jank because he's assuming that the PS5 is $500, and he's saying, well, if the PS5 is $500, will Microsoft undercut them with the Series X at cheaper than $500?
Oh, go ahead, Abaddon. Go ahead, Abaddon. Whatever you about.
No, it was just about what VC was saying about the Mario games. I double checked what he's saying. They have Luigi's Mansion 3 in that same list.
Mario game. I know. That's what I'm saying. It's so weird.
So I don't
invalid. Yeah, invalid.
I don't get your point, but
he's just trying to say what he's trying to say is that just because Mario's in the title, Mario Kart, it's not the same because Mario is also in Super Smash Brothers, and we know Super Smash Brothers isn't getting like another new game or something. So he's just trying to say just because it's in the title that doesn't mean what I was trying to say. Yeah, that's what he was trying to say.
Well, to answer the Xbox question, can somebody name me what the 3 moves of death was for the Xbox One?
Price?
3 Rings of Death?
No,
Xbox One.
Price?
Not 360.
Price was one.
The Kinect.
The camera.
Kinect?
I know. No, the Kinect came later. I'm talking about the Xbox One struggled out of the gate.
That was out of the gate. Kinect. That was the point.
Out of the gate.
That was out of the gate.
That's what made it more expensive, actually.
No, that's what made people were appalled from using it.
Yo, fellas, I'm actually about to roll out. I'm just noticing how late it was.
Yeah, it's pretty late.
All right, that's cool.
All right, we'll just wrap it up here then.
We'll wrap up now then. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up here.
What I was about to say.
Nah, like y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead. Do
we're pretty much done. We're done. Baron, finish what you're gonna say.
Well, now I'm saying is like they know what killed them last time, so they're not going to be higher than the PS5. It's not going to happen.
Series X will be higher than PS5. The other system will not be higher. The Lockhart will not be higher than PS5.
I'm telling you, it's going to be even, and that's that.
There's going to be two systems. One of them is going to be cheaper.
They're
like
not going to. They're not going to. They're not going to price themselves out of the situation. Again.
They're going to have a cheaper price. They're going to have a more expensive price. That's what they're going to do.
All right.
All right. So let's go. We're going to wrap it up here. We're going to start with Abaddon. Abaddon, where can they find you at, my man?
What's going on? You guys can find me over at youtube.com/AbaddonSmith and also /Beats for Breakfast. Tomorrow we have a special episode, actually interviewed with John from Spawn Waves. So if you're interested in some tech, information, just what kept Spawn Wave going through even some hard times, make sure you tune in for that episode.
All right.
Nice.
And next up is our guest, Hunter N64. Where can they find you at, my man?
They can find me at twitch.tv/Hunter. I have been playing a lot of Smash Bros. As usual. I like to play like classic Nintendo games, like GameCube games and 64 games, stuff like that. I've been streaming a little bit of Doom Eternal because I really love that game. Me and VC are about to get into it about whether it's worth $60 or not.
We had to stop. We had to stop you there.
It's not 60.
We had to stop you there because it was going to take too long. So
I know.
I'll link your Twitter, or your Twitch account.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I'll link it for you. Yeah, no problem. You guys check out Hunter. He streams pretty much I think he streams about 3 or 4 times a week, right?
Yeah. Pretty frequent now.
Yeah, he's pretty frequent on streaming. So check him out. For how young he is, the fact that he still plays these old school games is pretty cool. So, next up is VC. Where can they find you at?
You can find me at youtube.com/VCIPZ, which I thought that's the link I clicked. I don't think that's the link. I'm not sure, actually.
Put another one.
I thought I had it. That's not the link, yeah. So, hold on. I'm typing out the link again. I don't even know what that link is. I think it was for my stream earlier, but did not mean to type that in. Because obviously you can't type that. That was my copy and paste. But, yeah, youtube.com/VCIPZ. We do gameplay, live streams, music, reviews, all kinds of different stuff. So the link, I just put it in the chat now. And if you're interested, we just hit 1,000 subscribers. Let's try and reach 2,000.
Nice.
Go for it.
Sounds
Hell
good.
Yeah. We're going to reach it by August. That's my goal.
There you go, man. Got to have goals.
yeah.
And Baron, where can they find you at?
Oh, you can find me chilling with Sean Layton. You know what I mean?
He's back on Twitter.
Trying to figure out what the hell Sony done did to put themselves in this third place predicament that's inevitable coming up. So,
I put a link to the stream in there.
That's where you find. Oh, you will also find me on Modern Warfare Warzone. So if you play that, I have a lot of quarantine hours, and I need some more people to destroy.
You play on Xbox though, right? So you have to pay for Xbox Live.
It's cross-play, so it does.
Oh, okay. I might download it and I might stream it and download it and see what's up there. Do you play that?
So
Hunter?
if you on it, just hit me on Twitter.
It out yet.
Okay. All right then. Well, check out everybody here. Everybody's awesome. We're gonna be back tomorrow, guys. I'll have videos and live streams and all that good stuff like we always do. Thank you guys so much for watching. Great viewership. Well over 300 people the whole time. So thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll see you guys tomorrow we'll have OJ live and we'll have gameplay. I think we're playing Smash tomorrow, so we'll be playing Smash. So should be fun. All right, guys. Bye.
Peace.
We talking about Last of Us 2.
Being trash.
Baron hates everything. Dude. Baron hates everything.